in his flashy car. Needed my help, said he lost his way. Never heard a word he said. To find some street, said he wanted instructions. So I turned down the music to point out directions. Guess what? I jumped on me, messed up my yes, he did, smashed and grabbed my radio. Calling all detectives, a criminal at large, smoking a big fat cigar in a flashy car, and think him some superstar. Hey, life without music, I can't go. Life without music, I can't go. I'm gonna get him. The last thing I do, must get a beating. Till he red and blue, didn't take long to catch him. Parked up car and music blasting. On the sidewalk he was dancing, stealing the show, the people watching. Roller skate gang was hard on his tracks. Stick it up, mister. Give me back, give me back, give me back, give me back my radio. Guys jumped on me, messed up my clothes, smashed and grabbed my radio. Calling all detectives, tell them a criminal at large, smoking a big fat cigar in a flashy car, take himself superstar. Hey, life without music, I can't go. Life without music, I can't go. No, I'm gonna get him. The last thing I do, can't get away. Crime don't pay. Can't get away with that. Life without music, murder style. I can't go. You have to get a music. You have to get a music. Nothing greater, nothing best like the music from my wireless. Only thing that I detest is the man who steal my wireless. Him have to run like a fugitive. Him have to run from detective. Him have to run like a fugitive. Him have to run from detective. Samuel Thomas is the thief name. He must lead a life of shame. Some of them call him Uncle Sam. Some of them call him Uncle Tom. Uncle Sam and Uncle Tom, yes, they are the same man. Yes, they aim is steal away music. T-O-M-E-T for our music. The drum and the bass have to move me way. Lyrics and song have to keep me strong. Rhythm and scat have chop it down. Samuel Thomas, him have to get bang. Him have to get a beat. Him have to get a beat. Murder. Him have to get a beat.
You, Mr. Artless, you're worthless. Pass me soda, my cutlass. Think it's a laughing matter, this. You are trying everything, you have your job set up, and your plan is for one brother to hate the other brother and slay him so Babylon can crush his cup. It's a pity many of our youths don't realize that you trade them with your dollars, give them your killing orders, and turn around and sell them out just like French fries. But here is what you do, you use the youth like them a tool for doing a bag of evil lusting. But woe be unto you for turning people pitney fool. You shatter their hopes and dreams. You can't deny, don't even try. You are the reason why. Decompose bodies are often found, but will not be for long. Can't escape with all your wrong. Countless murders committed in towns. For the bag of people you make us suffer, for the blood money that make you richer. Oh, yeah, Mr. Heart, bless you in it and go bitter. Shout it, shout it. For the youths you pay for do the murder, all of the body where them dump in a gutter. Oh, yo, yo, them buy a go pay for. Rastafari teaching, you don't want to learn. Well enough of them skin get burned.
Very good.
Sure. Check it out, many times the innocent get slain.
And right now,
and you see one name the killer to the crime stop media. Collect reward while suffer a grieving
now
pain.
is that time. Yeah, we're calling on Dominicans here and abroad. It's crunch time, it's about that time. It's time to rise up, it's time to stand up. It's time for us to come together and make our contribution in the development of Dominica. And first thing first, we have some cleaning up to do, you know. So we have to clean up in order for us to fix up, reconstruct and move forward. So we're calling on all the sons and daughters here and abroad. Calling on all you know. So I just have to call names, you know, tonight there. I just have to call names. Yeah man, I just have to call names of people, especially you know, those that are abroad that, you know, staying abroad and they're watching and they're second like, you know, yeah, you know, Dominica is not a real place and no, you have to come and make it you have to come and help us to make it a real place. If you're saying, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I have to come forward. Yes, I. Dr. Flacco.
Yes, greetings everybody. Sorry. For my disclosure. But yeah, Maggie, like Maggie was saying, you know, we calling on all the you know, we ourselves, all you can tell, we not this, you know, we not know, you know, compared to those who, your contribution, you know. A little shout out to the people that have been supporting the movement, and as well as to throw our support behind Moun Séwyè group in Fonkole, that's headed by Brother J. So Brother J, I know you're out there watching, and more Moun Séwyè groups, more leaders emerging from their communities, because like we've been saying, you know, we cannot give directives, you know, and often leadership can be vested in one person, but often it can be vested in the community, in different people, because, you know, one head doesn't have all the ideas, one head doesn't have all doesn't kind of contain the vision, you know. So many hands make light work. So people like Celia Gordon, that is a person that always share in the life. People like
Caroline Ford,
Carol, and you know, I may not be able to call the names of Omar, Jeff, yeah man.
So you start that day, you're going to be able to think. You know yourself.
Yeah,
but we know the mission.
Yes, and we see in your comments, we note in your comments, and we appreciate your comments, we appreciate your submissions.
Yeah, man, and feel free, always keep commenting. We here and it's an interaction. So if you feel something up for discussion, like you mention it, you comment it. All that would you comment it, and we'll take it up. We'll discuss it. Once you look at it, we always following the comments there.
Yeah,
man. So keep the comments coming, keep it sharing, because the movement is about all of us. It's about each one, help one, each one, teach one, everything. Yeah, the task you may look humongous when you look at it through your eyes alone and just see it looking tough, but just know that together it's gonna be,
Yeah, man. Because Maggie, you see, community, we have to go back to that word they call it community. And recently, well, the most recent thing that's been going around on the social media is the elderly man under the house, the amputee,
Yes, right.
So you see, the thing about it, others when things happening, but each of us in a community, if we live in a community, each of us have part of the blame to share, because a problem cannot exist around us, and so many of us turn a blind eye to it, or we willfully ignorant. We see the problem, and perhaps it's out of our power to completely address the situation. But if we come together as a community, I sure we can do something. If the roof needs repair or whatever it might be, and that is what I want to focus on. We have to see leadership, those qualities in ourselves. We are not children. A lot of us, we're responsible for children. We're responsible for their well-being, to provide for them food, clothing, shelter, and protection. You understand? So if you are unable to provide those things for yourself, how are you going to be able to provide that for the people in your care? And it's the same thing like the institutions. It's a same relationship. If the institutions are unable to manage and govern themselves in a impartial and democratic way, how will they be able to provide something that they do not have? They are incapable of achieving it within their own self, so they will not be able to deliver it. So we have to start thinking like adults and not children. We have to start to take up the responsibilities that we sought for ourselves. I'm not saying you cannot be assisted from time to time. All of us does need help. We all human. But to care for your children, to ensure that you provide a platform for them to pursue whatever future they want, because your plan for them might not be their plan for themselves. But it is your duty that whatever they plan to do, that you provide a platform that they can spring from, they can grow out of. That was saying basically that and a lot of us are farmers, so we can understand, we are farming, we have a farming culture, so we can understand that when a thing not growing properly, you don't try to change the thing, you try to change the environment, you try to amend the soil. Because if the soil, if the foundation that is there to sustain or to support that growth has a problem, then the thing will not thrive, it will not grow. So when we look at our young men, and that is the thing that does hurt my heart the most. Because we think that is a man that without fault that must come and give counsel or give guidance, but often the best counsel comes from experience. and not from judgment, and a lot of our youths outside there might be feeling in a position of being judged, you know, because they've grown with us, they have seen the experience, and when they see us give up our power, you know, and then want to try to judge them, they rebel against us, you know, because they feel like where we really need to use our strength to provide a future for them, or to make a way, to be the examples for them, to inspire the hope in them, that they can look up and they can say, boy, yeah, you know, like, I want to be like this man, and that man, you know, blaze a trail and leave a path there. But rather than that, they being judged, because let's face it, the role models that we have for our youths, you know, is
As you there, I want to touch on that because it's so, you know, fitting that, like, this morning I wake up and what I woke up to is something to do, something similar to that, which is the music. The music, if I, you know, that's one example of, you know, we have a lot of misleaders, you know what I mean?
yeah,
And music is one of them areas where music is a powerful thing.
yeah,
And you have some kind of music going on right now that, you know, it was like, you know, it was going, but right now to me, it reached the point where it go too far. It gone too far, you check it?
yeah,
So I wake up this morning and I see a colleague of mine put a post talking about just that, you know, and I've been meaning to speak about it. And I know them artists are in the music. I know artists, and one of the artists there, that is Mr. Rich, you check?
yeah,
And Mr. Rich now have some tune there right now that it's going too far, you check it, man.
Yeah.
You know, lyrically, the lyrics, these are good, you know,
yeah,
musicians,
man, very
nice,
talented
sweet
young
music,
man, yeah, man.
but the lyrics just, you know, and like you have a particular tune there where it's saying I need drugs to keep me cool, and I checking like, bomb clat, what? You check, I checking, and then when you block there, and then them youths are playing dumb, and I'm just listening to that and singing that, and I like, what?
So Maggie, you see, I'm going to go to something that
No, but wait, let me just start to where you was talking about the responsibility, because you have to be responsible with the things you do and the actions you do, you know, because you have youths looking up to you, and you want to make the youths and them a good guidance. You check it until them astray into, you know, into madness. So responsibility. So now I still don't blame the Mr. Rich. I blame the parents. I have to take blame, because, and also the people, the DJs and them, the people, and then you giving that vibes there now, energy, and you're pushing it, so you make it. But the fact that you take it now and you give it energy and you continue to make it, you know, making it for it to be consumed by the youths and them. But I see you as the ones, you know, that. What you talking about there, you should get that right, don't be we need leaders. We have a lot of followers. We need leaders to you know, step forward.
Yeah, man.
And take up the responsibility and don't run from it.
Because you see, like I was saying, Maggie, it coming back to a thing Pyro was saying, where it's like those that born in the struggle. Like, for example, I was talking about my soul there down there and his two sons.
Yeah.
Those boys grew up in real bad conditions, you know, and I see in them now, they may not be living the best life. Remember, it's crimes of survival to make it from where they were to there. How can I judge? You check me?
Yeah.
Because every man born with that need to, that ambition to drive, to, you know, to change his circumstance. And because of the situation to the youths and them, their means justifies the end. So when it comes down to criminality and criminal behavior, they feel like they can identify with the high collar criminals. But that's why I keep telling the youth and them, we are not the same as the white collar criminals. Because while we have to commit crimes to survive, or crimes are crimes of survival, that we kill each other and we sell drugs to each other. Because we have to acknowledge it's not a good thing we do here, you check me? Yes, we are the bravado and thing, but which one of us want to leave that as an inheritance for our children? We all doing it so that we can lift them up so that they don't have to do that. But when the people, which are the white collar criminals, are working against you while you're trying to provide that kind of brighter future for your children, they undermining you. And it's a wicked thing, because most of the hustlers outside there, some of them, they truly kind of, read and write, because that is the life that they have been born into. You understand? So most of them, like 20 years and below now, they have known nothing but the DLP. Yeah. And that is just a party that just preying on their ignorance. So remember, to them there's a disconnect between their world and that world. So they figure all what we're talking about don't apply to them.
Everybody never experienced that.
But you see, Maggie, like I say, they want it that way. They want, when we kill each other, that it don't have no case, so that they can use us. You understand?
More like abuse.
And then when we devalue ourselves like that, then they don't even need to come and devalue ourselves. That's why I keep talking about the back door. People think about fuel and they think about going at the back door. But think about it in a more figurative sense, where that you are being given the opportunity to make honest money, but you choose for some reason to shy away from that and to go into the abyss, into that culture. And especially because we have no examples of honest men thriving in the honest, hard-working local men who are really thriving. You check me? Yes. I do talking about the J's and the people that already have their capital base.
Much more than that, brother.
But man that has grown from
in the last 20 years from scratch.
Brother.
And there's no drugs involved.
A non-government associate. Associate, not assistance.
No,
it's have a difference.
Self-made.
Have a difference. You have a good plan, you go government, you get a money and you turn.
Yeah.
You get an assistance. I'm talking about government associate, my brother.
Yeah.
It's a different kind of a level. You understand?
But I think that is the discussions that we have to be having if we are to be examples for the young men coming up. Because to me, the culture of money, and that's why I always come back to that thing of a man, unless a man is able to plant a thing and take the patience of caring for it and bring it to harvest, he is not feeding himself. As long as you're involved in taking money and buying to eat, you are a consumer because you are unable to produce. You are selling your time, and you are selling your time for next to nothing. Like I was watching on Facebook, and I'm glad, that we have social media, because all voices being heard right now. And it's interesting that one of the children of one of the upper class families was noting that to work all your life, to devote your whole life working for that minimum wage from hand to mouth, and then to wait and hope for a pension at the end of that. No, in the 21st century, No one wants to push nail themselves to that cross. No young person. And that is why you have more the underground activities appealing. And that is already the culture that is portrayed in the media, and the media already decimate our culture. Them youth don't want to hear about Pele and things. Them youth want to hear about young folk and all them gay rappers. You check me? Where our fashion designers use madras and you know? You check me? Where our theatrical people? Where our arts people?
Well, I have to jump in there.
Where
If
the
I
people
want to interrupt you for a minute.
that don't want to be involved in the underground economy, that really want to be doing business above board. Yes, Blue. Let's brother Blue.
On the cultural standpoint in which we and carnival is the thing that coming into mind. We do not have confidence in our shit as a people.
That's a fact. Yeah. We don't support each other. We don't.
Down to the next generation because it was never truly appreciated.
Yeah.
Proud of
Of
it.
it.
True.
Yeah, they appreciate it. Yeah.
Farmers don't want to hand down. Oh, my God, I can never go in farming.
People-
Farming is big business.
People talk about certain things of then they used to do. They used to do it because it wasn't a choice, but that is what they had to do. They didn't appreciate it.
Yeah.
They never hand it down.
Yeah.
They never fought to share it, especially with our culture, the little things that make us different
Yeah.
from the St. Lucian or different from the Antiguans. We fail to embrace those cultures that we have. Instead, we have a department that want to create our carnival as a product and import everything that is not of us and sell it as us and wash down what is us down the toilet to create a product. Yet, as Pyro always say, tourism is about people coming and observing your vibes, not you catering who you are to who these people are,
Yeah.
so they can come to your place. I once had a conversation with my sister, and she was telling me Dominica should have jab like Grenada. So I watched her and tell her, like, we should have what? Jab like Grenada? Like Grenada.
Yeah.
Like Grenada.
Yeah.
So I tell her, like, I grew up with seeing that. The people that enjoy it appreciate it, but at a certain level of the society that look down on it,
Yeah.
that wasn't their culture.
Yeah.
And they choose what is our culture for us.
Yes, sir.
But they wasn't part of the culture.
Okay.
Yes,
They were outside observers
True that.
of the culture.
Yeah.
Yes.
So the culture make nothing to them. They were like,
So those people imported steel pan from Trinidad and they teach it to the children. Yet the African drums, they leave it behind.
yeah.
Because that is the culture they wanted to import. And now we have this situation with Carnival where instead of, as you say, our fashion designers
Fire, my brother.
using Sensei as the base
Fire, my brother.
to design Carnival costumes, we run down Trinidad and buy feathers.
Yeah, man. Fire, I telling you. Blaze.
We run down Trinidad and buy feathers. And the Trinidad had already copied those from Brazil. And everybody copying the feathers.
man.
So now when you take a picture and you put it in a magazine without a background,
Yeah.
you do not know what
Well,
Caribbean carnival you're looking at.
Yes, brother.
That is what we all know have, a generic.
Fire, my brother. We have to fix that.
We
It's
have
nature
to
thing,
fix
culture.
those things where our culture
Culture.
is concerned. If our people have to be brainwashed, it has to be by us, for us.
Yes, sir.
It cannot be by somebody else, for them.
Yeah.
Can it be the American culture that we brainwashing our children with? So every child wants to be a rapper and a Nicki Minaj rather than every child wants to be, say, a Ophelia, or every man wants to be a Chubby. Or we fail to understand what, like Maggie was saying, the power of the music. And the power of the music very important.
Trust me.
And when you talk about music, you look at the 70s. The music was about the music was get up, stand up. In I grew up with you in London, and is that is what you singing on the popularity of that song in the future.
Yeah.
You will feel the effect of that song. We already have a situation in Dominica where so many young people, but so many, but are not helping them to cope.
Helping them, no.
Because we've seen so many young. No, I'm telling you, we have a problem with our culture and teaching and the confidence of what we have. Look at our music, Boo Your Music, for example. Look at our music going back generations up to Kadas and the levels that's awesome. Of our artists rise up in Barbados. She from in 1994 WCK didn't have awards in front of them, man. What the fuck go wrong with them, man? Not bigger than them, man. Now
Exactly.
and Alice Nine's bigger than WC. You check like what was them man aiming accomplishments versus Marshall Montana and Alison Hines that come and play in Cicero, backing up WCK and you know, and WCK winning awards on like.
It's like man was coming up in the music. It was like, oh, be afraid up. And he never come to the business of it. They check it, the marketing department is like the music. When you have music like WCK, yo, you have a company now, you have to a company, you have sections, you have a marketing section, you have management, you have human resource, you have everything. Them man never like that, make it the CDs, you have to bring it and deliver. Big company, you know, send contract already for WCK, $1,000 contract. For, you know, whenever I want you to something happening, they know they want to come and take from us. They want to come and use us to check it.
Boy said working.
Huh?
He said working.
Boy, you mean?
It's a mutual use.
How am I going to get you because I'm based on potential now? What you said, Gweb? What you said? Gweb. You said, Gweb. You don't see this. Yeah. Did you guys telling you? That man. What dog?
So,
You know, keep and say, oh, Mr. looking like this, that looking like they're gonna be big. So let's sign them before they get big and
But it's
No,
still start
man.
working.
Huh?
So it's still start working. Signing man, I just follow me, so
Exactly.
nothing.
Exactly.
Somebody.
Bro, professionalism will lack
To be
in that.
honest, to be honest, my brother,
So now you can.
I just plan.
Yes.
I just plan.
Upside down.
I doesn't really like to sell you, my brother, to
But
be
you're
honest.
supposed to be
No, I doesn't
self-support.
focus on sell.
talking about expansion of cassava production and the cassava products. But to me, it's still, our people still thinking small.
Yeah, boy.
You check I saying,
Yeah, boy.
say my brother. And Buju, you know? If you back down the chain, where he going to say, hey, Baker, you need to bake more. The baker go and say, boss,
Yeah, man.
I need more flour.
Yeah.
The man go,
The greed,
and the region and the
the
international
greed,
will
where
be the market.
you have a business, the bread, roll the bread, you want to be the one to put in the oven, take it up, put in the basket, go in, come to it, put in the bag, go in the ride and go and distribute it and bring it and to make people say, me I'm making all them bread there.
You
You know.
working hard.
You working
Yeah,
hard.
hard, you know.
That is the crime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now,
Boy, I
you
know.
there now. So that is the same mentality, you know, that mentality all around, you know.
How long you gonna last with that?
By telling
Killing
you,
yourself.
look it there, WCK, my brother. Not be a pulley plug, you know. You pull the plug on yourself, you know. With greed and this kind of thing, my brother, get up to twice, I tell you, brother. Twice, VP
Boy,
Records
boy.
send contract to sign them man, you know, Ross. And the same thing, you know, one man checking like, if they'll give that, the man,
See that
all the rights.
still want to be the manager.
Yeah, the player, exactly. The players, the manager. You correct, but there's the man organizing the gig, everything. So you don't give in a promoter opportunity. You don't give in a booking agent opportunity. So you're taking how much different people's job.
So there's the
But that happening.
still the workers,
Yeah,
still the
man.
drivers, still
Everything.
But-
so you,
but-
you kind of glass like that, boy.
But you know, see, we had a famous example in the college. Peter didn't have all hats on his head.
Yes.
Oh, wait.
You can only call it the
Wait a minute. But we have prime minister. But we have prime minister. We have prime minister
Yeah, but prime
everything.
minister on the same way too.
Oh, so exactly. Because watch me. So that is a major problem in Dominica that we need to fix, brother.
Yeah.
Professionalism and how you call it, my division of labor. You check it.
You have Dexter still selling to the supermarkets. Import, export agency.
Yeah, agency. Sell it to supermarkets. You check, I'm telling you? You correct. Man, I see already go down there and people who buy like small amounts. I check that shouldn't be. You check, I'm telling you? And so that is a major problem that we have to fix in Dominica.
You see, Dexter, my aunt used to run Dexter in the 80s. Dexter is a laziness at the moment, my brother. That is the simplest way. That is the simplest way. Dexter is a laziness at the moment. Why and how? One, you have your job. Your job is to sell and find markets. That is part of your part of Dominica Export Import Agency. Unless I have a misconception.
So that's need to close and because import alone importing.
Because no, let us do the exporting. Let us export one, two things. Let us export. I cannot give you
one thing.
Let us export.
In that regard.
But no, you see,
But not in proportion to what we importing.
And to say one thing in that.
Go ahead.
Dexter, to me, if you're responsible for export, then that means your antennas supposed to be, or your fingers supposed to be on the demand of certain commodities or certain things in the international market, in the regional market. So to me, right now, can it be in a spurring economy right now? Dexter should be at the forefront, pushing for legislation to export marijuana. You check me?
Well, nobody doesn't talk about nothing pertaining to their industry in no significant, meaningful way. For example, and I will bring on, for example, Social Security. Whose job it is to run a pension scheme? A pension scheme almost is a Ponzi scheme. Because you always require new workers to come in. And we in a situation where there are no new Dominican workers coming into the scheme. Yet the scheme has to pay out. Yet you hear the Social Security boss speak nothing about employment and the need for Dominicans to be employed because of this scheme.
Yeah.
Because the scheme cannot work unless new people coming in.
Yeah.
So we are adding new people coming in as time passing by.
Just now they push it.
$1 billion in passport money. How much Social Security get out of that for the scheme of Social Security?
Relief for Social Security.
How? So you have institutions where the institutions have to speak up for the benefit of the survival of the institution and the betterment of the society. You have silence. So you have everybody being loyal to their career, if I should say, but not loyal to the job that they're entitled to do.
That's where you say index here.
It's a laziness.
Yes, I guess.
Is the Dominica Export Import Agency.
You're correct.
We have the lowest quality sugar, the sugar quality gone down and down and down. So what exactly are you importing first? Because we used to have our nice black molasses sugar and we used to be turning our proper sugar. There was a difference between white and brown.
Yes. Yeah.
So exactly what quality you bring to us on the market, you degenerate the market. Then between Dexter, the Ministry of Trade, because that have to, I guess, them to index, I assume Dexter and the Ministry of Trade. Assume. Or if not, they're supposed to be working in co to find markets of exports for Dominican farmers.
But Dexter cannot be working in Dominica. Dexter should be working
No,
outside.
Dexter have to work in Dominica. Dexter supposed to work in Dominica and go forth and find the markets, just like the Minister of Trade. So what I'm trying to get at We have a little boat going up north, a little boat going down, a little boat going everywhere. You have a couple of hucksters capable of fooling the little boats and finding produce and shipping it. How if your job is $10,000 is not to organize and make sure the whole supply chain and distribution chain that moving agricultural produce out of Dominica properly organized, because without it we cannot truly move produce. So if our problem in moving produce is boats, then the government should list some boats or start a company that 55% owned by the government and 45% owned by the people, and get some boats into play.
Yeah,
we have boat with our flag on it.
No, let's talk serious business though.
No, you see Tola, I kind of think lean on Tola.
No, because boat is your flag, is just registration, and that not really mean nothing. That's not our boat. It's just registered before our flag. Like Panama. That don't mean nothing. We don't own no boat. We just have boats registered in the name of Dominica.
The same way Butcher, you were talking about the water plant in a country. Can we have our own market to say, like an Antigua Dominican own market, where we have Dominicans being employed in this market, where we can send our food overseas?
Well,
straight to our market or straight to our supermarket.
Yes.
That is something that we can do as a country, that we can check the Chinese model. The government own a portion and the people own a portion. We don't need to take the white man model of it have to be privatized for it to make sense, or privatized for it to work. So a few individuals will own all the assets of importance to the state. No. The Dominican market can be 55% owned by the government and 45% owned by the people. Then the people that looking for dividends want to make sure it work.
And I have no problem with the Chinese model.
But I gotta tell you something.
It's a model that's well working in Chinese. All they do is send the people and they send their people.
Send the goods,
Send their food abroad.
And I just about to, you see that again, just about to say the same thing. You do a franchise, see them the same way they send a save a lot to Dominica. You send
That's what exactly
a
the
couple
It's a whole.
Until the diaspora people.
The problem, if this problem is distribution, then solve the distribution problem. If going to Barbados does not have a boat, so we cannot regularly go to Barbados, then get a boat as to called government. Don't wait for when God knows when. Get one as to called government.
Yeah, man.
We don't have a boat that go in VI, then government need to get a boat that go in VI. It's not rocket science, because these are investments that are going to come back and pay for themselves. I was always saying, we supposed to have Antigua dependent on us, my brother.
Yeah, man.
The man, certain countries supposed to. I don't want to speak on that, but it's supposed to be dependent on us. When a hurricane or bad weather, it first have to hold it and check by the price of food go up because the Dominican under pressure.
Yeah.
That is how we're supposed to be supplying them, man. They're not supposed to be getting food from America.
No, yeah, that would you. On that note, now, I dare to challenge you and tell you now that to be that way now, we have to start thinking of manufacturing and feeding our own selves. Sustainable. Well, not when it comes to that self-sustainability, I don't think no country has really achieved or can really achieve full self-sufficiency when it comes to feeding themselves. You check me?
We can feed ourselves.
It's something to aim for.
We can be satisfactory. The demands of the people to diverse.
But it's a lot about the palette too.
The demands of the people are to diverse.
The people have to be willing to eat what they grow.
The people have to be taught to eat what they grow properly.
And it's not just that, bro. You see the kind of wastage that's going on in agriculture. That is where we need to address that, you know. Because when Tola tell you about the price of sardine right now, it's $5 in a shop in the community, my brother. that means that we cannot afford to have our food wasting like that. You check I telling you. They say waste not, want not. Waste not, want not.
Even working for $5 an hour.
None other thing in agriculture relative is at that.
Expensive, but it's still wasting it.
You check I saying, bro?
Another thing we have to do in agriculture.
You taking your money and, but you see,
crops wasting easy.
when you look at it like that, look at how many farmers agree to watch their food spoil and take a handout. That is the problem, my brother. Because if the handout wasn't there and you was solely depending on that food to sell, to survive, my brother, you'll burn down the fucking place to make sure that those things get done. But because the handout there, because the liquor is up, and it have a writer called Aldous Huxley that talk about that thing. That is the threat, the real threat is not the inflicting of pain, is the inflicting of pleasure. So when you have people that in the depths of poverty, any little ease up you come and give them, and that is the infliction of pleasure, you know. Because when you come and give them a little ease up, it's like, boy, it's like, oh my God, boy, you know, like, thank you, boy, I didn't know how, you know, like, boy, like, you check me? And we shouldn't be like that. There's no dignity in that. We are not children, we are men and women. You check me? And when I look at it, to me, it have a purposeful design to disenfranchise the men. You check me? Because it have all provisions being made for women in agriculture. You know, you always hearing about this for women and that for women and things. But what about the men? You check me? Like what it have to empower us? Because we are the ones that's supposed to be at the helm to provide and think for our family. You check me?
Women only the same thing. So as long as they refuse to produce, market.
Well, yeah.
It's just like giving me a paintbrush and paint, and I paint in whole day and just talking of paint and paint not selling. I still have to come back and beg you for food.
Yeah.
When you bring food, I'm happy because
I believe we have readily available markets for agriculture.
Of course.
Yeah, man.
Starting with our neighbors.
Yeah.
And when I mean our neighbors, I mean we have.
I love to what to say.
We have agriculture covered when it comes for finding markets.
Yeah.
And just to call a few places, I know we can be dominant or try to be dominant over. We have Montserrat, not a heavily producing country. That's a market.
Yeah.
We have Barbados, that's a market. We have.
Stop. I'm glad the second island you called. I stop you there.
Why you want to stop me there?
Why don't you stop in Barbados?
What happened to Barbados?
We have a prime minister, he's 2 million advisors from Barbados. We're talking about marketing. Exportation and things of our goods. But here you go, we have our prime minister, you have 2 advisors.
Let's not talk about prime minister, screw prime minister. I don't want to talk about Mr. and them kind of a thing. I don't want to talk about.
We have a factory like Spinal going on in Barbados, and how we cannot get
Forget
a
Mr.
major
Boy.
market to supply at least Spinal factory.
Forget Mr.
Yeah.
I don't just mean he. What I'm talking about is a serious thing.
We have our.
to support Tola there. Ross.
You
When it's to
understand?
Barbados, we should be supplying Ross with food now.
Come
Yeah,
on.
yeah.
Come on.
At least you take Ross, but we should be supplying.
But
further to that,
I don't want to talk about Mr. in particular. It just clearly means
I don't
we have
talking about him.
a clear
We should be feeding Ross University.
market. We have a clear market in Barbados because it's a tourist-based economy.
Right.
No, poor agricultural performance. We have Antigua tourism market, poor agricultural performance. We have Anguilla, we have Faz DV, we have Faz DV.
But to add to what you say, Buju.
I looked at another industry too. You see the cruise ship. The cruise ship should not live there with all the agricultural produce. When they come into our port, they should reload.
Supply.
Of course,
That's
But-
not, no,
but
I cannot, no,
that
that's
coming
not
to the-
business, my brother,
hold
for
on,
them
that
people.
coming to the point I was just about to make, that we cannot think of agriculture in a vacuum. We have to think about agriculture alongside manufacturing industry, check I telling you, because when we can process those things, then we can increase the shelf life of those things, and then it will be even more viable. We can't be in the mindset of selling fig and dashing with all the, you check I telling you, we have to come out of that. I mean, yes, that will always be there, you know, but add value to the product. Yes, my brother, you're right. So when we think of huckstering now, we'll not just think of just, you know, bag of food and thing. We'll think of actual packages. You check I telling you, think I can go on the shelf in super. You understand, my brother? And for those things to happen, we need duty free on certain, because to me, I think to go big is not the idea. We starting is home-based industries that were that were doing the thing before. So let people start small. Give people duty-free to bring down their processing machines, which I telling you, so they can get those things there and start their little, you know, their little ventures. Then you have a major drive by Dexter in distribution to support those small business coming up. Which I telling you. Then you can think of Dominicans over there thinking of opening their own supermarket. My brother, you check me, because they have a supply chain. You check I telling you. And that is the level that we are doing.
Yeah, man.
Our opportunity, when we start thinking like that, our opportunities will just unfold. They will just bloom and blossom. You check.
But I still don't think we need government to do that.
No, we don't. And that is what
But they have to create the environment for us to be able to do it, which is what Placo talking about.
But a small island like us need government for them thing, because with our legacy money on that kind of a scale of investment. The level of investment required to do certain things can only come from the government in a small island.
That's why we talk about the environment, creating the environment. If that means
for
they have to buy the
example,
boat,
for example, Dexter want to get Dominica on the pineapple market.
Yeah.
You know that now to get the pineapple market, that means you have to grow pineapple. You have to grow pineapple. You have to grow pineapple. That's basically grow pineapple. You have to have pineapple in bulk. Because when you go Antigua and you tell X, Y, and Z, you have pineapples to sell, and the man tell you like, yo, 2 weeks you need 2 containers of pineapple. You can't tell the man, I'm pineapple have to do 9 months later. No, you don't know when you're going to catch the fish, but somebody has to take the loss on the pineapple. I, as a farmer, cannot take that loss. The only person that can invest to capture the pineapple market is the government. The government have to have places with the agriculture man, NEP workers, and NEP workers, and have a 20-30 acres of pineapple doing for 3-4 years if it have to catch the pineapple market. Because I cannot plant pineapple for 3-4 years and trying to catch the market. Government can
have to live like a common man in that place, boy.
Because then bad weather hit, I owe in bank. It's just I cannot do. You cannot do it. But when the market catch, government then have to come and say, well, we have a pineapple market in da. We need 50 acres of pineapple. We need farmers to start sending their credentials in for us to know if all you truly can plant pineapple, and until 50 acres reverse. And then the government have 0 acres in pineapple, the market supplying 60 acres of pineapple. And then the government just move on to another acreage or something of whatever it is that we're going to target as the next crop of target. Invest in it and wait to catch the big fish, and now we have it them.
So
them politicians doesn't take that in them, my brother. Simple as that is.
You just do that usually. Maybe I should do it.
what's that?
You see, my people, the ideas are there to lead our country into the future. You understand? If the common man, and I consider myself an average man.
Just making your life money. Only country cannot make it life.
You check, I say,
my brother, not to interrupt, Flaco. we we have a clear opportunity as advertised on the radio for the EPA to export to Europe.
Yeah.
Through France. It's not very expensive to ship to Europe, you know, my brother, with Guadeloupe and Martinique. Right there, my brother. Europe is there.
Yeah.
Germany is over. Look, Germany over there.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Look, Italy over there.
Yeah.
My brother, across the sea.
Holland over there.
Okay.
That's everything.
But the boats and the shipping arrangement to Europe already there. Every week, boat going France, going there.
We have ships. We have ship in the middle is flying our flag away. So I heard, what are we trying to say?
Yeah, man,
we have ship in the middle.
Yeah, boy, brother. That's why I maintain and keep saying.
You see how fast everything coming to us, yeah?
Yeah, man.
That's how fast everything can go to us.
Yeah,
exactly.
man.
It doesn't miss sardine. Look at that big container there right there. We don't miss sardine. We doesn't miss corned beef. We doesn't miss soap.
Empty container alone not leaving our port.
Exactly.
When them container come, they supposed to full one time.
Yeah, man.
So, you check me.
Like
the boat supposed to go back underwater.
Yeah, man.
You check.
My brother, we
And they
should
both
be
living
shame
this
of
life.
I am where?
20 years we have them fellas, we cannot have nothing like that going on.
No, well, you
20 years
see,
where them fellas
we
with
have a
salary
set of
increase.
people that believe
See them
we
still on
cannot
top of
do
10 people
better.
that block salary.
No, Tola,
Boy.
I back up Tyrone instead. We have a set of people that have led us for 20 years, and every step of the way tell us we cannot and we couldn't, or it's impossible to do. It's just like when we go water.
Or too small.
Or Dominica too small, or Dominica this, or Dominica. It's always a limitation on the imagination.
Yeah.
And it's just like the partner Gota when we was talking to the what is his name, Amagi? King Kwab. Right. Big up to my brother.
Big up, brother.
Big up.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
All the
So, like I was telling him, none of us there would tell no child they cannot ride a bicycle.
You check, bro.
Why are we as adult people telling each other we cannot change it?
Yeah, boy, boy.
So it is.
No.
Boy,
No.
so you meet that.
No.
You and die and meet that.
No, Tyrone. No. Not every person that says that will never turn to a child until you will die and never learn to ride. You will learn to ride. You can never. No, you will learn to ride. How is it now that we are adults? We watching each other in the eyes and say, keep repeating the words of it cannot, or you cannot, or cannot, or cannot, or cannot.
Buju, let me just answer you there quickly.
Go ahead, bro.
You see, when we go down by what's the name of that place? Dubla it was? Dubla. When the partner called me after the meeting and tell me like, boy, he will never, like to me, with all what we hear, he will still. That is what it is. Seeking validation. If you know to yourself that that is your conviction, why you have the need to So I tell him, bro, whatever the reward or the loss, it's going to be solely yours. Well, not solely yours, but
it's you to deal with.
It's you. But I know better can be done. So is a self limitation and a self hate. You see when you fail at a thing and you become so hurt or broken because you maybe have unfulfilled dreams or things that you yourself didn't fully achieve or didn't reach. It does put that kind of self-doubt in you. So you can only see others' dreams from your experience. You check me? But we have to allow ourselves to see the opportunity.
Passing card, man, don't fret.
We have to allow ourselves to see the opportunities. I don't worry if raining, my brother. Jadat show us the blessings that day.
What would you have said
Man,
last
that
night?
day from it. Yeah.
Like what Buju said last time, what happening there is the people starting to lose hope.
Yeah.
Lose hope because certain individuals in communities that's supposed to stand up, they know better.
Yes.
They're supposed to know better. And the leadership, right?
Leadership.
And leadership doesn't mean prime minister or leadership is get your man yourself.
Yes,
Leadership. Who you looking up to as a remote community? You see them traps.
Seeing them falling in that same grease.
The fathers leaders sometimes are more than
The gatekeepers.
Yeah.
In one of my favorite songs from Dead Press, you cannot fool all the people all the time, but if you fool the right ones, the rest will fall behind.
Yeah.
And that is what we're playing on there.
Yeah.
Now, those are on this side of justice and for the people. A lot of them will tell you, I'm working from behind the scenes. Nobody doesn't see them for the influence to carry on.
Yes.
But the man that know better, that doing the opposite, he doing it in the open, and he carrying the influence for people to see, and he bringing them with him.
Yeah, misleading them.
We have a problem where too much man, that I'll put it in a simplistic way, that on the good side, don't want to speak up for people to see them, but speaking up for people to see you, bringing the influence with it. And without that extended influence, it's difficult. Because Maggie can only bring 1,000 man, and Flacco can bring 1,000 man. But that unknown person there can bring 2,000-3,000 people by just showing up and speaking up.
Correct. A lot of people waiting for that about you.
Too much,
They just talking about it, they checking like if they just see one, two certain man and them in some
diplomatic
position,
certain people in high places to come out and speak, my brother. But
too much people holding the silence.
People in high places to come out and speak, you know, my friend.
You check too much
To come out and speak.
silence on the good side.
I don't want to call the name, but the party didn't get people to follow them. Put people in high places. The party used man
on get
It's always man on the ground.
No, they use on to in high places.
Like
You always have.
Gregor. And Thomas Baptist.
That is never on their level, but they use
no, hold on a while, my boy.
That is man of influence, my
brother. Of Felix Gregor and Mr. Thomas Baptist, my boy, that work at City Council panel. Let me tell you something.
Major influence.
Oh, Gunel.
Sonia Williams and
If
them
I
people,
wasn't a man of faith, I go down the drain. You understand? Because these guys figure out they can convince people like me because of they know that we have a level of respect for them. Not just see them as a shellari.
Okay.
They know they watch.
They raise us up now, man.
They raise us up as good youths. You understand? So they always know that we have a level of respect for them because they never raise us up in the wrong way.
It's like they are bringing up like you tame your dog.
If Tola see me there, most likely Tola might come there. It's the same thing I was saying earlier, brother. But that is the problem we have. Now there's another set. We are not doing it. Now according to Buju, they will meet you and tell you, boy, I like what all you doing, but myself working behind this. But under that kind of working behind this, you need to stop. Because you see, there's a certain set of people that will sit down and say, boy, what I like to hear them fellas saying, you know, them fellas have the real talk, you know, them fellas provide positive, you know. But they still figuring out, you know, another side of their brain telling them, boy, I can fool these fellas, boy. We're gonna secure my position, we're gonna. So it's people like man like Thomas later and the first to come out and talk like how Charles Xavier was talking in 1979. You understand? When he come out and talk today and say all union workers need to come out of parliament, the following Wednesday when there's on the radio, you see a surprise to see the amount of people that reach at PSU.
They didn't know.
You understand me? Because the people fed up, but it's those kind of people they're waiting for to give the word because they know that man have their word secured. But Tola and Maggie and Buju and them that my would
got nothing secure.
That is how the people yes, what they're saying is true.
We got nothing, but we got nothing
But
secure.
it is when the ants really bite them, you know, they will move in and they realize, boy, but Buju and them was really true, you know, and they know the leadership there, yes, but the real strength they're looking to see they don't see me there like
Status
that.
quo,
you know,
man.
boy, that is what.
Yeah.
Your man in jacket and tie come and talk. You'll see how many that will run.
Yeah, man.
Some people like this people, I don't know why.
Yeah. But that's what happening to us.
But then Tola, I want to spin it on you. I'm going to spin it to you, Tola. I'm going to spin it to you, Tola, though.
That's
Okay.
feisty.
No, you say what you say. You say what you say. You know, you talk about the man in jacket and tie come and tell him, you know. So what you would say to when I tell you, what about them, the workers, the UWP guys and them in jacket and tie, they come and tell them, and they still not following? What you would say?
Boy, let me tell you something about that part.
Okay.
Yeah, you see that part? The people take a little while to gravitate towards these guys. And then I saw the people gravitate towards these fellas. And when they get the opportunity to use the strength of the people, they fail the people. So you see right now presently, it's in a difficult situation for these kind of guys to even come and tell the people anything. Because Maggie, it is a serious thing, you know, to when you understand that you're taking a stand on a serious principle standpoint. And okay, Maggie, come and tell me about it. Maggie living the vibes. But I really understand what is going on and checking. But what Maggie tell me, they're really writing. And that is nonsense. And you're going to take a stand and you build your momentum and your energy towards the movement. Now you're willing to go down with the fight. You understand me? But when it reaches to the point, now you see latter end, the same Maggie that come and tell you, boy, let's take a stand for that. Coming back and tell you, okay, don't worry about that and let's do that instead because it will be okay if we do that instead. Yeah. Now when you go and do that instead, you see it's a failure again.
Oh, man.
For how many terms a certain set of people keep following
I
the
think
United Workers Party, you know, man.
Well, I
a lot of them right
hold
now
on,
feeling,
hold on.
a lot of them right now feeling broken because they feeling like they're a losing team. For many years they're trying, they're like that and nothing to working, brother. What you going to do? You feeling
and
after
even
all the
if-
people feeling depressed.
And even if you're saying that who they are up against cheat to beat them, they are played fair, they would have.
Yeah, so what the people looking for is some new faces. The people that have new faces, you know, are not talking, you know.
I go and tell all you something.
Earlier, you know. This is the people they're looking for to come out and speak right now.
I'm going to tell all you something. See Thomas later. I hope you're watching tonight. I gotta give him a little piece of advice, you know. You can take it if you want. If you don't take it, well, it's still easy. But you see a bully. See when you have a bully dealing with. You see that thing of jigging, like you ball up your fist and you jigging.
Yeah, man.
That just letting the bully know that you are nothing.
Yeah, grab balls,
Which I telling you.
That happen in there. That happen.
All you, and you see, every time you see a thing like that happen, and you allow the people to be demoralized, you yourself devaluing yourself. You check me?
Yeah.
But
Because hold on to that.
Human feelings too.
Because to stand, you calling the people to action. At least for that 24 hours, let us show that we can be civil, that we can be unified, that we can be organized. Okay? Let the Dominican people see that there is we will hold on. We will rise up together at least one time, and the DLP leadership will not be able to say is UWP and Lennox Linton. You know, because that is deploy. Hold on, let me just finish. I almost done. Because that is deploying.
But that's why I'm
And
cut
to
you
me,
short. That's why I'm cut you short. Listen to that.
Yeah.
Listen to that.
Go ahead, brother.
Listen to that. Thomas Later, right?
Yeah.
Mentioned last Wednesday. Nobody they're going to tell you when to make a call for a mass protest. You understand me? No, listen to what I can tell you. Nobody they're going to tell him when to do that.
Yeah.
okay? He knows when it will be fit for that. Like the situation that was going to happen.
Yeah.
You see the last bill they wanted to pass there in Parliament, 14 years with no salary increase. Thomas Later knew anytime that bill had to pass, he's of no more.
Yeah.
He is of no more. He do have a work again.
Yeah.
Because what is the sense of I have to pay you
Yeah.
to negotiate for salary increase for
And
me
there's no
for
salary.
nothing
Yeah.
like that?
Yeah.
With a slide
So
on
he
the
realized
Yeah, man.
he do going to have a work.
Why?
So he don't have no other option
Yeah, man,
than to
fight
call
that.
out these people
Yeah.
to come and protest
Fight
because
for
he want to protect his seat right
Yes.
now.
Yes.
You feel
Yeah,
like
I never watch it so, but
No.
that's a good observation.
No, Thomas Later will
What
never
did you know?
take
Good.
Thomas Later, even if all the pressure that's going on and he knows it, he will come everywhere and then talk about it, and he will still wouldn't tell the people it's time for us to come together.
Yeah, man. Time for us to
Oh,
activate,
why?
man.
He still wouldn't tell the people, let us come together and do something like what you're saying, because that is not a political problem right now.
Yeah.
He will leave it. Like
For
he
when
said,
he's a-
listen to me, right?
Well,
We have it
hold
right
on,
now.
hold on
Let me
there,
listen
man.
to
The
me
man
carefully.
finish, you had your
He will
turn.
leave it like that right now.
The man
So
land.
it would look like
The man land.
if I go and make the people uprise against the government, I doing that because of United Workers Party. So using United Workers Party as its scapegoat to
Yes.
not to get the people to uprise on the government unless is see that in the fire.
Standing ovation.
Unless it is see that on the fire, he will not do nothing.
Yeah, man.
So the people need to
Yeah, I
realize
never
what
look at
that
it like
means,
that.
mister.
I
He
never
don't
watch
care
it so,
about
my
the
brother.
people, he care about
Yeah.
himself.
But
He
you know
feel
Thomas Later
he
is a
realized
liberal.
his money was boy. But
You know, and you know he's
let's
a
tell you,
liberal.
he want to eliminate all NGOs, you know, my
Yes.
brother.
Yes.
Panel, put all your act together, you know, boy. Listen to what the man saying, you know, boss.
Yeah.
Dominican doesn't think of what me say, but you see, me personally,
No, the man
when I
eliminate
just
the
sit
union.
down and I just listen to those fellas carefully,
And
But
their
you see,
moves.
all of them,
I
you know, and
suspect.
they're moving.
But also they try and slide back in their comfort zone.
But
you know.
Thomas Later
But
is a
they have to
liberal,
know.
my boy.
Thomas
Later
Later
is
is a
okay?
Labourite.
Thomas Later
And no
is
matter
a
what he
liberal.
say, he is loyal
Also
to
Thomas
Labour
Labour
Party
Yes.
being in power.
Yes.
But scary
Wrong.
to get rid
So
of
you
certain
see,
things
wrong.
because
If you
he
really
wants
want
to
the
keep-
people
but
to have
later want
confidence
keep
in you,
himself
my
up there
brother,
too.
you have to-
understand me?
you have
so
to
it's a fight between
show the
Spirit and Little
people
and the right now. So them fellas does
that
have
the
the people.
power
I
to
know.
Ball
support them.
game. We need to forget all these fellas.
Yeah.
boy.
And
Yes,
no-
Tola.
We need to forget
All
all
these
these
people.
fellas.
and now look at it again,
People
you know.
thinking fit to come and take us, boy. Join the people have to join us.
Yeah,
see.
man.
When you
So
take us,
Kata-
nobody can victimize you, you know.
No, man.
Because we that going to take charge
So
of
Kata-
things, you know.
Yes,
It's not-
right.
it's not later.
No, yeah,
it's
it's
not
not
scary.
Reed,
It's
it's
not
not
Linton.
yeah.
It's not this one. It's we the
We the
people,
people, yeah,
boy.
man.
But as I
Give
tell
me,
you,
give me a second, eh?
all them man, because later now is the people that
Yeah.
paying his check.
Yes.
Scary.
So that's the problem. That's the problem with all of them.
Yes,
When they
that's the
close their
problem.
eyes, they
Yes.
see in themselves in
Yes.
the future.
Yes.
You're not supposed to see yourself.
Yeah,
Other
exactly.
people you're supposed to see.
See, like
And
telling
at the same
you,
time, Linton's
that's
supposed
the
to able to
thing.
take a jail. The same way you're finding that it's not scary to London can be Prime Minister, the same way you have to look at it, not your London can be opposition.
Boy, it's same thing, I guess.
Huh? So you have to be able to fight for the people and fall for the people. Somebody else will follow your suit.
It's the same.
Simple like that. But it's not that.
It's the same thing you are saying, no brother.
But he wants
When the
people to
people see the
fight
weak
and he
leadership.
stand up as Prime
Yes,
Minister. Now,
but
if you
no,
care
you
about the
don't
country,
work.
you have to fight.
It's good. Somebody, you see the problem with the people that fighting for the position of scary
Fight and you have to fall.
on the other
And somebody
side
has to
is
take your place.
nobody
Can't close your eyes and
wants
say,
to sacrifice nothing for the poor people. So, man don't lay down their life, man don't lay down their freedom, man don't lay down their money, man don't lay down their reputation, man don't, and make it worse, make it worse. Make it the icing on the cake. Let me give you the icing on the cake.
Boy, we beat
Roll on, Tola, roll on. No. The majority of them on retirement money already. And that is how comfortable they are. All they just tell you, I'm speaking about United Workers Party in particular on that comment, is I owe and I have to self-preserve it given the circumstances of the place.
Yeah.
it on a lot of it across the board, rather than speaking up everybody in self-preservation mode. Everybody finding a reason to protect their personal interests and the weight of the world on your shoulders.
Yeah.
Boy, do easy.
But I go and tell all you a little thing I do when I was in first year sociology in college, and they were talking about different cultures and the elder and how they tradition. And the Eskimos and them have a tradition that if they have a harsh winter, and maybe the tribe, remember when snow lock you in, all you have is your ration and them, you check me? So when you see the situation become dire and it have young ones there, they will voluntarily just go naked into the snow, you check it, to allow the next generation to have a chance. You check? But we don't know them kind of harsh reality there, that's the thing.
We don't know sacrifice.
We don't know sacrifice. We have everything.
We don't know sacrifice.
We have lost that culture though. I think we have lost that.
Yeah.
Sacrifice.
But
That's
you
a nice
see-
one, Mr.
Yeah, man. But you see, we have to rise from the barefoot banana republic kind of a mindset. You check, I tell you.
You see, I can tell you one thing. You see,
Because that we live, and I talking about the people at the lowest levels there, because they is the one that you just sit down on the corner whole day. They have a little tree. My brother, if they make $20 for the day, you check, I telling you, those I talking about, because it's those that frying, dashing, and thing for them to survive from day to day. You check, I telling you.
that's why I can tell you that.
Them people now have to understand we are in the 21st century now. So time to
yourself, my brother.
reassess your value,
Yeah, man.
because we no longer living at that level.
Pretty, my brother.
You check me?
Boy, you don't time for what to play.
And that is how we get deep. So
Try for better, boy.
if we didn't have food on our island to eat,
Yeah.
and we'd have burned down the freaking place already, my brother. You check, I telling you.
You're correct.
But we have the heritage of that.
Dominican now.
You check, I telling you.
Yeah.
So we leave all the, and that's why they still taxing us like that for vehicles, because we still have the mindset that to have a vehicle to move from there is a luxury.
Yeah.
A vehicle is a luxury, that's a necessity now. You check, I telling you. You have a business to think, time is money. You understand I say?
Dominican doesn't even know. And Dominican doesn't even know.
One
want
at a
that
time,
to
my
change.
brother.
Tomorrow itself is changing.
Yeah, you
Right
have to change
away.
it tomorrow. Yeah, of
Everybody
course,
just hit
of
that
course.
once and that just have to
You're
change.
correct.
Man,
You're correct.
So all that thing
That is
No.
how Dominicans don't do
holding
this
us back.
to change.
No, not even the port.
No, you see what I can tell you there? If it's one thing I always argue with later and Lennox with them, that's why they say, when you see we the people come together and take charge of our country. We can't leave it in the hands of these people again, because they always mentioning it's time for the people of Dominica to rise up. They're not
Time for
Dominican,
them.
eh?
Yeah.
It's not time for them.
Not time
It's
for
time
them.
for we the
For
people.
us.
For us. Alright.
And they have to know that
Not them.
they do have to be the ones leading when we rise up.
No.
Yeah.
You have to be on
No,
the-
we have to take position and
They
take
will be
control.
there to lead.
But hear that,
Yeah.
hear that.
You make this
I
statement,
believe.
you know, words you know that they're in the panel.
And let me put that out there. Let me
You
put that out there. Let me put that out there. Let me put that out there. Oh, you don't know.
Stop all you, my brother.
Okay, let me
Stop that all
let me
you,
stop
my
you.
brother. Yeah, stop
We
that
don't know where my political leaning be. You check I saying. But I make a decision to separate politics from real life. You check? So come with me. Yes, everybody mobilizing, waiting for the opportunity, and nobody controlling the future, But just know, whoever that coming next, the fire going to be on. We will not give nobody power and then come back and talk about the support you. No. When you say we give you our power, you have to support us. You understand? So APP, UWP, and all wannabe that want to be in power. That is the new politics that we preaching. When you see we put the fire, the pot on the fire, we don't leave in the stove off and expect the food to cook.
No,
we put in fire under the pot. So there will be not all you can talk about, no need for opposition. We will be the opposition.
Yeah, man.
And we will always be the opposition. We will be the check and the balance.
I don't want to call us the opposition.
Well, yeah. Well,
You see
we are the
Yeah, you see the ombudsman, that position there?
Right.
No. We are the government.
We are the government.
Yes,
Yes,
yes.
man.
that
We
is
are
what
the
we have
government.
to
The government
understand.
is by
Let's
the
leave it
people,
like
for
that.
the people.
Because we're not
Yes,
the
man.
opposition, we're not on either side.
We are the employers.
Exactly, it's our place,
Our
our
place.
country.
So
we
you say no, say
the
plus
real
no.
vanguard. We are okay. The country do have vanguard then, so we have to be the real vanguard of the country.
Yes, that's right,
Not
brother.
no political party. We
No.
no political party.
Right.
We the vanguard of
We
the
do
country.
telling you who to vote,
According to Alkaline, vendetta.
Yeah, vendetta.
but just know
Yeah.
whoever.
That way, we don't know
You see when they
political
candle in egg to see which ones are rotten inside. We that too doing the candling.
Yes,
So if
sir.
you have no rottenness inside of you, we're going to find you. And we don't know. We don't care which party come. To me, that is how I feel it.
Yeah, just so Celia Gordon, she been sending them steady comments here, checking like if we forming a political party, because you need to be a political party to run the country and those kind of thing like that. No, that's what, and that is a
Why the people
misconception.
are giving the politicians the
That's right. Yes.
The people that need to be the government.
Yes.
Yeah, man.
And demand what we want. Demand what we want.
Yes, man.
So we don't even have
Stop
to
with
wait.
that thing
So
of
we don't
man
even have
coming
to
with
wait
manifesto.
for an election to get rid of
Yeah, man.
someone
Tell them I don't
you
say
know,
manifesto.
realize you go
We know
road.
what.
Yeah.
And if my brother cannot get, I don't want. And so,
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
All
Yeah,
shall
man.
able cannot get, I don't want.
All shall
And we
eat.
shall go with you.
It's for everybody, it's for the country.
Everybody.
If you try to turn me against my brother, we shall go with you.
Yeah, man. No more division.
Yeah, man, no more division.
Yeah, man.
Time for all teachers to go downtown as well.
Yeah, man. All teachers,
All police.
all policemen,
Yeah, blue direct,
all
police.
nurses.
One color uniform there.
Check.
Blue.
Yeah, but we, to reiterate again, we, all of us, we the people understand that Dominica is our company.
country.
Our company.
Our shop, boy.
Our company.
Our shop.
You check it? Yes. You check it, and we have people, we hire people to hold certain positions in that company. So
You see?
the company belongs to us, not them. So it's not
This is one
the,
of the time, man. Some
Yes,
so quick to interrupt
it's not
my
it's
brother.
not them that deciding how we go. We, you check it. So it's the vision of the country have to come from all of us. We have to sit down, have a discussion with them, and tell them, and you know, this is how we want to go and how we're going to achieve it, and we have that discussion. And so we give you a time period, and after X amount of time, we're supposed to see movements, progress towards that vision. See, like right now, 20 years, that's how much I feel like I'm blind. I don't see nothing, no vision. I cannot tell you what we aspiring to be, what is our direction. What I see in our direction is like we're like a casino, like some kind of.
And now I would have feel much better if 15 years ago we had gotten a health center in Mahu. Then 5 years ago we had gotten a health center in Newton. But in 2021 you just want to give us 6 health centers and tell us we improving that, so we don't improve that.
That improves now, but
That's not improvement. Improvement is a growth, and we haven't seen that growth. You're trying to fool us by just putting that there in our house.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
That's better than nothing.
You understand?
Shut up, your
Government is a growth. Every year, every 5 years, we see that. You can't come 2020 and just decide, well, look, 5 health centers and 2 hotels and hush your mouth. So what are we going to get
Correct.
happening in the next 20 years now?
Where the agricultural growth, where that segment there, your agriculture over there, supposed to be a department in our company, my brother, that's supposed to be jamming by itself.
Yeah.
And when we look at that department is like, boy, let's wash your department, we get that pulley in the
And
business.
put something there for us, so if you go, we know we have something to eat now. Dog.
Oh, you mean?
You can't just leave food there and just have you eat all now. Put something, you plant a seed, we know you come out there, we can eat that. We just put in things there. When you turn your back, there's nothing, you know.
But I want to add that to get there too, the people have to get out of the mindset of waiting to be told what to do or what they want, and start. And that is all part of what I keep saying, to know your worth, know what you worth. You check me? Put some value on yourself. You check me? Because if you do demanding what you, I don't watch it, you know. Sometimes you have people in the bank, they move on and you check me? They in the bank, they more pious. Money we dealing with, you know. But they pious like as if it's in the church halls, they be. You check me? Man, open your mouth and say something, you check me? It's customer service, you know. And if you find the thing not happening, then you have to apply some kind of pressure, you have to talk. You understand? And it, just look at that. It have homes too like that. Man, their parents checking like, boy, so long, Mr. Do. You check me? Address the problem. You check me? That's what we need to be doing. You check me?
Okay, somebody asked, somebody asked a question.
Yeah,
so what the Constitution say about who can run the country? Can somebody tell me? That was somebody comment. Question.
That's what.
Now, the Constitution clearly outlines that we need an election to pick a government. Clearly outlines what has to happen for who runs the country. However, Dominica finds itself in a special situation, in a special constitutional crisis. And people need to understand, as much as we respect the Constitution, you have to understand the limitations of said Constitution versus the situation at play. Yes, it outlines the election and da. But it doesn't outline the removal of an illegal, cheating government on the people. It doesn't outline how does the people remove a president who was installed by an illegal government. It doesn't explain that.
Illegally at that.
It doesn't explain in the successions of power a Speaker of the House who crossed the floor out of corruption. How we the people going to deal with that? The Constitution doesn't cover how we the people going to deal with the corruption of the police chief. It doesn't cover those things.
Yes, correct.
What we have to do is understand the Constitution is our guide.
Yes, brother.
We need to strengthen certain things and we need to do certain things to get to the point where the Constitution runs the full program.
Yes,
period.
Yes.
We have to remove Labour Party.
Yes.
The whole government at that matter has to go. Because the Prime Minister, Commissioner of Police, not the Commissioner, the Speaker of the House, the Commissioner of Police, all that in the succession of power. All that has been corrupted.
Yes.
All.
President.
All have been corrupted.
Yeah.
The best outcome to me for Dominica is to remove Labour Party this year.
Yes.
Put an interim government for the next 2 years.
Run referendum.
To set the tone as to the direction Dominica going. We're not rushing into that, let's go and divide ourselves in separation of party, toot sweet.
No.
Election due constitutionally due in 2025.
Yes.
We get rid of them now. We lay the foundation for the direction the country have to go.
Yes.
And we let the next set of politicians don't fuck around with us.
Yeah.
We're going in that direction.
Yeah.
Don't come and give us your this. Don't come and give us your that. That is all what we choose as a people. We expect all you to tweak it a little bit. But we do not expect you to just go astray for it and find it making sense again. Or you want to do all your own thing.
We grabbing the tree.
We have to understand the limitation of the constitution when it comes for removing the government, because to take on the prime minister, the ministers have to come and vote no confidence. Now, all man under the paycheck of one man will never vote no confidence.
Thank you, boss.
Second, if like the last time one two ministers of the previous government was on the interim government, we don't want people that was paid mercenaries against the people to be on the interim government.
No, sir.
Blocking legislation, blocking this, blocking that, vying for their friends. No, that's not going to work. The system needs a complete halt, a complete reset. And it resets with an interim government for 2 years. Now, if somebody want to present a better plan than an interim government for 2 years, and 2024 is the next election, correction. The next election in 2024, that which make it
still 2 years.
2 years. We have to get rid of them this year.
2021.
So we have an interim government that can prepare the place.
And 2023 is
for
the
direction we want to go, the policies we want to implement, the laws we're going to change, the this, the that, the referendums. What direction we as a people, the mega project we're going to head into, the new agriculture policy we want to see implement, the new education policies we want to see pursued. This is what going to happen. Who's going to run the country? There are enough people to run the country. And right about now, they need to speak up for that opportunity to lead their nation. Not being quiet, timid, and trying to be opportunist. When the demon fall, fellas just gonna come out of the woodwork and say they qualified. Well, better be a minister, you don't go and just no. To every I'm not going Brussels.
Show your metal now.
Show your metal now, my brother, to hell.
We don't go in Brussels.
Where?
We're not going Brussels. Don't try that. Never.
No, we're not going Brussels. We're not going Brussels.
And you had say a thing that's important too, you know. We need to include a clause in our constitution to protect against multinational, the influence of multinational corporations.
Make that treason. When man undermining country for business company.
Against political organizations that's spanning regions, you check me, that crossing jurisdictions. We have to, if it's cartel operations, they're trying to move like cartel, we have to cut them short. We have to political cartel operating in CARICOM.
We're going back to Africa.
Gaston Brown is the CARICOM chairman now. You know that? You know Gaston Brown is the CARICOM chairman. Well, he up for the CARICOM chairman now. Gaston Brown.
But anyway, I'm telling you straight.
Right.
Continuing from where Buju left off in terms of our direction. See them right now, and so you see the Chinese and them, they're not benefiting us, right, brother? So we have to cut ties. We need to find out how much we owe in all you, because it's going to come to that. Because the Chinese,
we have to call our check.
Yeah, man. Them Chinese are working for us. Them man, they're not working for us. It's a one-way thing. Them man that have stores in our place, they're taking our money. Them man don't believe nothing where we can make money. Them man come and do all the works and take all the money. What they giving us? Nothing. Africa. These people are just like us. Africa is our roots. Then we need to align ourselves with. We need to come up with that Chinese thing, brother. But we have to come to reality. It's going to come to how much you have for all you fellas. Them like eyes fellas, be the eyes fellas. How much you have for all you? And we're going to find a way how we're going to deal with that cost, because they're going to tell us it's not them fellas debt, it's the country debt.
Yeah, because them sign a MOU on the,
and we don't know. But you see right now, so we need to know that. We have to find that out, how much. So we need to, also the China's ambassador, we need to discuss with you. These people need to have a discussion with you to find out how much you have for you. Just let's cut our losses. Yeah, man, let's cut our losses.
They invite them
and have a payment plan.
Chinese embassy. I don't know why they don't invite us. They don't invite us.
Why they invite them?
They invite
we're not nothing, boy.
Us they have to invite.
We're not a political party, my brother.
What they invite them for?
I I don't know.
You know where they hear that to see if they respect the one China policy.
Well, the people and them, Dominica,
China.
There's so much thing in China can
nothing. That our constitution, my brother.
Why is that?
Our constitution, like telling you, we see the best solution for Dominica right now, for we the people to come together and take charge of our country, fix our constitution properly, where we can be more involved as a people in the constitution.
We can always be involved.
You see the constitution, the way it is designed, all I read it, front, back, left, right. I just see in many ways these guys can just lead the country into dictatorship and nobody can just say nothing.
The people can always say it's the people that have to understand there's the final government. And until the people don't understand that we are the final government, my brother. What you talking about, no matter what you put, where you put it, they must understand, we must understand, we are the final. My brother, nobody can tell us we vote for them, they must stay there for 5 years.
No.
The constitution only say elections due every 5 years.
Yeah.
It never say we must stay on it for 5 years, you know, my brother.
Yeah.
It never write down and say in the constitution only must take that 5 years of Labour Party.
Yeah, man, you're mad, man.
It say in the rules of a regular game every 5 years, or you election do the man have to come out there. But we cannot just watch them man run the business into the ground and tell me I have a 5-year contract and I cannot fire you. Which businessman will fire no employee under no contract and will deal with the fallout or compensation or litigation, but you getting fired.
Yeah, man, because you want to pull your business. Simple as that, Rasta.
And Tyrone say something earlier on. We cannot divorce politics from reality.
Yeah.
We have to marry it with reality. Because it seems like in Dominica, we divorcing reality from politics. So the consequences we give our children for lying is an exaltation for a politician. You understand? That's not real life. That's not how we live in our day to day. To applaud a man, we know that lying.
Yeah.
You know, because in our life, we avoid in all position where a man conning us. We don't want to encounter no situation where a man con us out of nothing. Yet, the reality of our situation is we are applauding people that we knowing conning us. That cannot be, man. We cannot continue to work that kind of a ball game in Dominica of hoping and praying against man at up against us.
And then they offer in a man, a ghetto man. Offering a ghetto man up on the altar, you know, of extrajudicial justice for the same crimes. You check I telling you
that a man perpetrating against a whole nation.
Yeah.
Making excuses as to why you cannot investigate and do that, man. But again, it's not them man to talk about. It's us the people, and it's about for our confidence that we have to rebuild our confidence, our dignity,
in us, our
people, pyro words, our self-care as a people,
stop feel like
as citizens,
foreigners,
reset our mind.
We have that thing, that in the stigma in our head, mentality that foreigners more than us. You're gonna get a foreign coach, you're gonna get a foreign this, a foreign that.
We are no longer a colony, and we shouldn't suffer anymore from the inferiority complex of the colony. Identity. And we shouldn't have a government or any system of leaders that perpetuating the inferiority complex on the people. And it's not just the government that doing it.
Yeah, man.
It's not just the government that doing it.
Yeah. People in the community.
We have to do better for ourselves and our brethren. We have to do better. That is the only way we're going to go forward. Everybody cannot think. How would I say it now? They have an excuse to endure the suffering for no reason.
Yeah, we don't have time to take charge.
Yeah, man.
Because
We don't have time to take charge.
Yeah, man. Let us see the light before we die. Man.
Yeah, no, we don't have time to take charge, my boy. If we
it's
do
a
it,
matter
we'll
of
finish.
understanding the position the nation in. It's a matter of educating our people, especially our young ones, after that 20 years of universal backwardness on them. I do not blame them for the situation Mr. Create to trap them.
But I said, tell them not to-
So I can only hope to do my best to help alleviate the ignorance that he has crowned them with.
the parents of these children, like,
So we have to reach the parents, and right now we have to reach them because they graduate from school and they have a 2-3. Some of them have a 2-3 years on the streets, and some of them are just now they coming out.
you can't tell me you as a student sitting down in a classroom like that in college in those conditions and you know feeling the affection of that in a student, you know.
Tola, I don't even blame them. I don't even blame them because at home, no, Tola, at home is a situation.
That is what I come into. That is
At
why I
home
go
is a
into-
situation.
that is why I go
And
into
at
the
home,
study line.
mommy has to shut up and daddy has to shut up,
Thank
or
you.
nothing not coming in.
Thank you.
So
Thank you.
I just continuing what I see
You get
from
the
my
point,
parents of shutting up and saying nothing about what I clearly seen is wrong.
They give them school for free. No, who is it to talk like I piss
No,
off
no,
my
no.
bigger brother when
They're giving
Yeah.
school for free in many countries. Doesn't mean the people taking that kind of a bullshit.
No, man.
No, that is the mindset our people putting on the children. You know.
Yeah.
As they say, it's from at
Fading.
home, the problem is from at home. You know.
It's like an indoctrination. So
Right.
Into
the
poverty.
child, the mentality is handed down from the parent to the child.
The
The
mindset
mindset.
that shut up.
Yes.
Even if you see something going wrong, don't say nothing because the parent might hear you.
Yeah.
The agents might hear
The
you.
slavery, the plantation, not there,
But
boy.
the thing about it is,
Somebody must say
that
that.
kind of culture, that kind of thinking, it leaving just the boundaries. It leaving just the boundaries of the politics, and it going into the communities and into the homes where it having things going on in the community and things going on in the home, and we applying that same remedy to it of don't say nothing, pretend like we don't see. You check me and it will go away. So,
I know everybody like to say you have to mind your business. It have things you have to mind your business, and it have things you have to talk about and clearly expose
Yeah, man.
in a community.
yeah, man.
It have things. Man, touching children is things to
The man
expose.
under the house is a thing we should have.
Of course that is something to
Of course,
expose.
the community.
No.
I blame the whole community for that.
You blame the whole community, and I agree with that 100%. But if that man, and from what I little read, he seems to be a liberal.
Yeah.
If the political division so harsh in Dominica and the tribalism so high, that man should let people take note that we have completely fallen off the rails with that bullshit politics we on.
Yeah, man.
For a man of his condition, no matter what political realm he in,
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
to be denied
Your
assistance
human
or
dignity,
help
my brother.
is human dignity.
They say he refused the assistance.
Who is that? The old man.
He refused the assistance.
Because
I don't believe that.
because he have some disagreement with the party or whatever.
The party.
Yeah, with the politician and this.
Again,
That's what I just go in there so you can understand it. Could, that's a possibility.
that is the story somebody give.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't buy in that one
We
bit.
must go and visit the man and find out for ourselves.
I cannot buy that story.
We must go and visit
That
the
man,
for ourselves.
well, if it's he that against the party, is it that they break a serious principle against him and he stand for it no matter what? Which if in that case, then I have to applaud him for standing up for such a principle and agree just not in that.
Condition for him to refuse assistance, something.
But I don't believe that man going to refuse
can never be right.
in his position, double amputee, refuse
Never be right.
a little house for him to stay margin.
Yeah, you see, old people there, and I have a little experience with older folks because my grandmother, you know, you see when they, and that is the thing, when a person come up, my granny used to say a thing, poverty is not a crime, it's the way you make it to be. And even though she was poor, that lady there, you know, when you see her outside there, you'll never see her.
If I can't carry the chair.
Okay, wait. You see
We cannot have that government no longer on our back, and the government needs to come out there as soon as possible. Not even as soon as possible.
when people never don't carry people on your chest and do
Well, I push out the oil. Boy, young man coming for nothing in my brother boy. Oh, we can boy, let me tell you that boy. We can continue living in that kind of career. And feeling like we cannot change. That's what they me more why we the people feeling like we cannot change that.
Yeah, yeah.
And we can't change that boy. Others allowing that, others causing that, others accepting that. So we can change that as a people, boy. That is madness, you know, boy.
So what you will change?
The blessing heavy, man, the heavy.
Yeah, man.
Heavy blessing. Heavy blessings, heavy.
Showers of blessings, man. So the life had to move to a different convenience.
We go goose.
We go goose.
All you need lights, man?
Yes, so you might need a little wind. Yeah, a little that.
Nothing wrong with goose, man.
Yes.
Alright, let me put some lights for the brother.
You go for right here.
Oh shit. But it's a put a long thing, I think you're in there.
You don't read it, man.
For that long, too long, I can't.
Yes, people, don't fret. We there, you know.
Put a little light.
Boy, when you see that,
We just try to organize a little.
Nobody like the working bad.
You like the working?
I said you like the working bad, it's alright.
Alright.
Yeah, you get it.
you see, man, when you see that,
But the sheet stuff might swing and crack off everywhere.
See that, man, see that. That phone is what, waterproof? What is this, velvet?
Pass it out on the left hand side. Bonjour.
Aspenel? What is this, velvet?
Watch it. Triangle. Yeah.
Pass it out.
Bring it up so.
Oh.
Yeah, my head is cutting off my head.
Okay, sorry about that. Proper, good to go now. No, I have all the covered now.
Okay, yeah. Only I watch it.
Well, I want bread.
Okay, yes, sir.
All the covered now. Okay. Roll it out.
Yes, man. So, you already know the blessings and them coming down early, so we have to move. So, what were you saying? What were you discussing?
Yeah, we are talking about the government and how we need to get rid of the government this year. Yeah. This year we need to get rid of the government.
Trust me. That's the only way. And that's the way, and we are already on
For
the
things to
way.
get better, we have to get rid of
We have to take out all Boapui.
that kind of intention.
Have to wash
and them
it.
and the back down, you know. Them man still have the intention of passing that bill, you know.
Boy, you mad.
No salary increase, you know, my boy, for the next 14 years, you know.
You know back down the tola?
Back down when I boy.
So they
They will to come again.
will to come again.
Draw the bill for now. But let their guts down and see what will happen.
Would you want to address it?
Let the people let their guts down.
Okay.
Let the people let their
What I
guts
would
down.
like to
and
say
see what
to it
happens.
is that yes, we have to. We will speak with the elders and them. They will, pass and have the experience and go through those vibes,
No, it is
to
difficult
get
to make it
guidance.
Patrick drunk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Make it Patrick drunk.
Yeah, but
Hmm? You can't speak to Patrick.
I know. I just saying we will try. We will always reaching out to. We don't want to be the big brand who was former prime minister. It are people that was close. It are people that was involved, and not like now it's one man and he just hires all them reps and them that them parameters hire them, but it's he that run things. All department, It used to be every man was holding down the department. You check it.
Yeah.
Back in the days, so you have man that know all the runnings and things like that. You check it. People like Afimate is good people,
Yeah.
that you check it. People like that know the vibes. You check it.
Happy matter was in Patrick drunk government now.
No, but
I think we need diverse views so we can get.
He was in
And
India,
that
Felix
is
Thomas
why.
he was in interim.
But Felix Thomas was part of the government too, I think.
Yeah, but what she really saying is not that it's like to know how the thing went is to
Or
speak
for the
to these
interim
people.
government.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And all that kind of thing and the whole, But I also want to say that we as a people have to, like Bojo say, the constitution and you told us say, we have to review it and fix it so that we have to strengthen it.
Yeah, man.
It's the rules of the country, the guidance too, but it needs strengthening. It needs for so that we the people have more, involvement.
If it had that, we'd never been in that situation.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So certain things like we have to put our stamp on things, You don't now feel free to say we're just going to fit all the that's been it was set up like that.
No.
Yeah. It was set up like that, you check it. So it have to stay. No.
Another thing again, Maggie, to be a policeman is supposed to have a certain understanding of the constitution for it to be a policeman.
Of course.
Yeah.
We cannot have people being police officers
But
and they never even read the constitution.
But Jamie told her, that's not even going to be a problem. You know why? That constitution have to be taught in primary school, my brother.
Yes.
Right
I
through,
agree.
so from the time you come for any
I
job,
agree.
you already
I
know
agree.
the rules.
I agree.
And that is one of the first fundamental thing that have to happen.
You agree that, Mr. Singh?
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
man.
You have to be in the schools, must, bump and compare. 2021, we just run influence, we think to 2022.
Yeah.
From 2022, the syllabus just go straight up.
But you see,
Constitution have to be part of the syllabus of primary school and secondary school, right through.
Even
right
be-
through.
So in primary school, I
Even before.
Well, yeah, that's it.
So when we reach high school, you get the hard copy of the constitution itself.
I believe what Maggie's
I
saying
say
is
put your water
important.
on.
Well, that is it. That'll be
The point is just
Yeah.
have to be taught.
Yeah.
Whatever and everything.
So
Yes.
this you use to make them understand it, but then you have the big one you have to follow. The teacher have the one, like the priest have the deadly hymnal. You have this deadly hymnal, everybody have the Holy Bible, but it's one looking different, but then you read this thing and you have to follow in yours. You check it, so it can break it down for you. You check it, man was acolyte,
I know you listen.
So Maggie,
Mm-hmm.
You see, when civics and the constitution, things like that are taught at school, then that is what are going to really bring about the change here. because then you're going to have a different kind of citizen, one that is socialized. Because remember, from when we're coming up from childhood, that is a key part of your socialization, you know. That is a key part of you learning how to engage in the community and what you can do, what is your rights, what all those things they're supposed to be all in one. You understand?
Yeah,
so from small you can start to understand how you are part of the collective.
Yes, sir.
You can identify with being part of the collective,
your role.
and you know your role, you know
Yes.
your powers.
Yes.
In you know
just
because just look at us. Based on our understanding of the Constitution, we have been able to invoke these dialogues that we have in there, and those are powers that they're invested in the Constitution, and we have to know those things there as early as possible.
So what we did is we have taken up our civic duty.
Yes, brother.
You check it, and
Amen.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 of us are decided, our civic duty, we are now,
Yeah.
we doing that. So we need more people to understand that we need to stand up and do their civic duty.
Yes, man.
And if we all do our civic duty,
Because it's not a crime.
everything will be irie, my brother.
Yeah.
Because we need to be involved. We need to play our part in the running of the country, not just them man. So it was, man, man, But that's so you see. We at our age, you have an age where you growing up, so you're hustling, you're doing what you're doing. Like told her to say. And it's a generation like our age right now, when you hit a 40, 45 and then place there, you now have to be, your role now have to be more tight now on making sure things running right. Why is the man and them youth and them young boys and girls coming up?
Yeah.
Checking their scene and building up their vibes too. So then as they come, they'll come and feel, like you're saying about the social security, the Ponzi scheme.
Yeah.
You need new people
to contribute.
To contribute.
Yeah.
Wise. So we're making a contribution, but we need more people across the board to step up, step forward, so that we can put things right, my brother. So that we're talking about them things. I've seen them things, and like, oh the hell, man, we want to resources have available to us. You check it. The way we're supposed to be, that time we just waste all of our time, we just waste our time, my boy.
If the trend continue,
we sink with us.
if the trend continue where we continue to be a consumer society and we producing nothing, then essentially what will happen is that the contributions towards social security will not be able to keep up with the payouts, and they're going to have to move the age of pension further again. They're going to use it for exactly. Yeah, the evidence is there. So
yeah, man, I have to understand that the Constitution, that is the supreme law, supreme rules of the country, and we have to guard that, you check it. Our duty to guard, to safeguard it and ensure it's been respected and honored and all that kind of thing. And how important it is to us. It's like the game. It's the game of football when the referee decides you want to do what you want. But you're checking like, my brother, what game you really referee there?
yeah.
You just call him what you want, man. You see the man, what you calling here? Because we know the rules. Not sure know the rules.
Or you realize it's a violent for the next
Yeah, man, for the next team. What you really doing here, brother? The man, touch the ball with his hand, you don't call him nothing. What you really doing? Because we know the rule of the game. But the rule that governing us as a people, we don't know it. So man that's doing things and we don't even know. Somebody else, one people know this, they know, but the majority don't know. So when they want people telling that, they might all check, whatever, my brother. Or maybe we start writing about that, he said,
Yeah.
But no, we have to understand. Once you see somebody, a discrepancy, you have to get serious. That the man doing there? No, boy, that's just serious. That calls for, that calls for us to deal with that. You have to deal with that. That can't pass. We can't be so passive and allow the thing to go out of our
We have a couple of people obsessing on social media. One of them posts that right now, I think it could be more than that though, but they were saying that right now, with what that going on there with the money in the offshore account, in the escrow, the government owing us $35,000 each and more. You know, like I was talking about in Gotha there, you having institutions owing institutions, and they cannot pay off that debt because no money in the treasury. You check me? So it's like an engine and it don't have no oil in it, the engine is jammed, no lubrication. You understand? So while we right now we're in a new time talking about Renault and AMH and them things there. We're not hearing about that kind of fee again.
No.
You check? But that is one of the companies that blockade in the, you check me? Through what? Through the practices of the government. You check? Just look at that. Like you had a small economy that was growing in the community because of the TTW and things. They had even like, you know, do a clean up on the beach and people used to go there, the TTW fest and all that. I don't know if they did I don't think they did an environmental impact assessment for that land, for that asphalt plant that can put by the landfill down there. And right now you have a situation where anybody that go in and buy TTW right now, they have to ask you where that come out now.
Yeah, if
it's like you, they don't want it.
Boy, that was the place.
Because of the asphalt plant, the cola section going in the river.
Okay.
You check.
That pollution.
And you know what that disturbing? That not just that my brother. They make their little action, but that didn't catch no attention, my brother.
The most
you know,
spot for the TVs
that didn't catch no attention. So we become so unfeeling. We enjoy the TTV fest, you know, we go there, you know, we see it, you know.
Yeah.
And then we just allow the powers that be to just get away with that. You check I saying?
People so divided that. Why is the people and them making a little protest to stand up? Some man on this are checking like it's workers people are doing that.
Nonsense.
People are doing that, you know.
Nonsense, boy.
You know, that's just the technique to divide the people.
Yeah, man.
Yes.
We have
to get out of that mindset. When you see
the same shit. And that is why now we have to make them understand. That's why we make them know. We're not into it. We're not affiliated with no political party. We like we the vanguards, and we Dominicans for Dominica and Dominica first.
Yes.
You understand what I'm telling you? And what we're doing right now is about Dominica. And when the people understand, come off that red and blue and all them kind of color thing there, and them tribalism thing there, and let's
go Dominica into the future, first. Man.
Yeah, that's first thing. The politicians are to sit down there and watch the people suffer for 5 years to come and play their election game with time to run I am the best and divide the people. But none of the political parties or the political leadership will tell the people how to get out of the situation that we face ourselves in right now. None of them are preparing the people for dealing with the situation that a lot of them calling for. They want the people to rise.
Yeah.
Rise to do what? To get rid of scary, to put an end to him. But they don't explain to the people what is going to happen.
Yes.
You understand?
Yes.
So until Dominican people understand what's going to happen when you remove scary,
they believe it's a thing like one chip, one
they wouldn't move.
I was going to say something, Ezra Winston made a comment there, you know, saying that the old Chinese king, the get is our trap and things so, and we doom. We don't doom. Don't call doom. We don't doom.
We are a sovereign nation,
my
brother.
Trust me. No Chinese and them with their dead gun and want to do what they want, they can. They have how much billion people they want. See, when we stand up for our country, like I said earlier.
We stand up for our country, but the gadgets will be achieving our foots.
Yes, but what I'm telling you, we have to take it, stand up to them, man, and let them know. Let us watch the debt. What the debt is, and then we're going to deal with the debt. You have to make a payment plan, and we do how long you gonna take, you can take, but we have things
But
we're gonna put
know
in
the
place.
balance now.
Yes, we do know it now, and then we're gonna.
That's why you have to stop the government now.
No, right? We need to stop now. Cut our losses now.
Stop the government now.
Look at. We need to see it.
Anytime we leave that government.
How much are there? 1.2 billion, 2.2 billion, 3.2 billion. Okay, so we're going to make a payment plan, Mr. Shiny Man and them. We're going to make, and all those people that put us in that thing there, all you, for all of us, but we're going to come up with a payment plan. As long as it takes, we're going to giving you peace.
Yeah, but to pay the payment plan, we have to reset the country and go on.
Yes.
Yeah, we have to wait up properly.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about,
boy.
Yes. Exactly.
Yes, boy.
Of course we have to. What I'm saying, we're going to put
But we can do it,
the machinery
boy.
in place. Yeah, we
can do it.
We will do it.
Because look at that, brother. Our diet right now is an important thing. Right now they saying that the diet we have is what that's supporting the immunity, you know. You check me?
Yeah.
So we have to, like you say, embrace who we are.
Yeah.
Embrace what we are.
Yeah, man.
And brand that and
Yeah.
sell that.
Yeah, man.
We cannot try and copy other people.
We
have to.
everything we need.
Yeah, man. We have to be authentic. Listen, we do have a booming sugarcane thing, but you can make hard candy with sugarcane. Natural, all natural thing. Brand that. How hard is that?
We cannot cry
You
it.
juice that, you boil that down,
Yeah, man.
you put that in a presentable wrapper, you start to, you know. So it have enough things,
we've been outlining it, the things that we're going to put in place. And you say it, all of us saying it. Look at, and we are just ordinary citizens.
Ordinary people,
But we
average
know,
man.
but we know what because we're looking now with a keen eye now, seeing everything, and then our brains like, no, now we have to come off our horse and what we are doing, and focus on what is our situation right now, and how we need to come off that, and what's going on. So we have to identify them are not doing that. Them are look at the things that they to be done, and them are not doing water. Where we import now our own blood clot beer.
But is that,
No,
is
beer
that,
being
is,
said.
is that the system always wanting, you know, for people to just keep still on their daily routine and go about
Those
them.
study them and let them check it
That daily routine getting jammed up.
Yes, sir.
So you realizing things not working the way it used to.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's affecting you. It's affecting us.
You're trying the illegal way to working, you're trying the legal way to working. You're trying front way to working, you're trying back way to working.
Kai pani sick.
So yeah, something you must open your eyes towards the problem, and fix the problem. Yeah, that, you know, we have to fix the problem by coming together and fix our problem.
Go ahead.
So with everybody, you have to think positive. Energy is important. The mind first to say we can do it, and not boy, tough boy that coming, but Mr. No coming out there, boy. A lot of people talking like that, you check it. Boy, Mr. coming in the election, regardless, you know, boy. Do that. We have to think positive and believe that we're gonna do it. Not we can, we're going to do it. You understand me? Because my energy, like I was saying, I'm Tyrone earlier. See, if we carrying that, we pulling that boat for safety, and one to man checking, like they don't really put in strength and effort in it. They just lean on it to play practice, balancing, but it's you. If my brother, I don't stop in putting all my energy in it, you know. The boat going on, where it have to go, you know. So who that's slacking, I have to catch yourself. And when they say it's true, you put in all your veins. So, but everybody have to believe, my brother, in one another, and we can do it together, Rasta. We can do it, and we will do it together. Nothing, no hurdle, nothing standing in our way.
We need equal rights and justice to everybody.
Yeah, man.
You can't tell me how Hurricane Maria passed. How many everybody gets affected from Hurricane Maria. You get assistance to help everybody, and it's one set that getting assistance and another set not getting. All them things they need to stop, man. Too much victimization on the people, boy. That's too much, man. You're telling the people Don't worry, man. That's good for your thing because your neighbor get you with some kind of nonsense.
Yes, I know.
No. It's time for them kind of a bullying thing. Too much of bullying to our own people.
Too much.
And if we are the ones that putting these guys in the position, we can't be putting the people in this position to keep bullying us every day and every time like that. You know, that don't make any sense. It's time for us to realize, as Maggie says, I mean, it will take our time, you know, but one day the minds of the people must reset it. The minds of the people have to reset.
Yeah, man. The people we have to.
Before something happens and people have to stand up is because guys are thinking that much seen all the time. You know what I mean? They got up.
We have to conquer that.
That thing, for sure, whatever say there, man, I very up, I get, man, I good thing what they say here.
Yeah, man,
You can't talk, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Something happened to the road, you talk about the road, it's good.
Because,
I don't know what I ask is that, man. So that you tragedy then.
Yeah, it's a strategy.
That's their strategy. They're using workers as their excuse for every damn thing.
And the people on them, and they don't put that kind of thing in the people on them to demonize the workers, them fellas,
they pin them properly.
Anti-development, and
They pin them properly. They pin them properly.
They condition the people in their minds, their supporters, to look at them man as anti-development. You check it out. Them man self don't come strong enough to, you know, undo that thing from what they put in the people man and show the people, no, we are not. We can, we will, you know, we will. But, and you know how that can be achieved? By showing I not even in power and see what I can do. So, boy, you let me tell that.
Yeah.
We can organize. We have enough links and you know, networks that we can organize some kind of factory, my brother. When you put it in power, you check it. That will. That can you know, show people that look at what we're doing and power.
Do certain things is still more go for the government too.
Yeah, but yeah.
Even if it's a Dominican, you can just come and they say you can build a factory.
But you have to find you can find out when I told her. Cannot.
No boy, you can't just come and you need planning permission.
But okay, let me give you an example. Let me give you an example. There's Bello factory right there, established already, it have a owner. Huh?
You still need license and
that
to do certain things.
Yeah, but to what I'm telling you, but you're already running it, just you already just mess it up and
Not so that working, Maggie. Not so that working.
Bello close. You go and buy a factory and start to open, you're going to have to need licenses and this and that. That somebody can deny.
So Bello man don't have a license then?
But we're not working for Bello. We're a new factory.
Yeah, but I'm telling you. This is what I'm telling you. Listen, I'm trying to understand what I'm trying to say.
A franchise you want them.
No, Bello already exists. We as the party, we aspiring party that want to come in power, we can help Bello. Let us get find out what Bello needs to re-establish itself and let us fund Bello to come back in existence.
But
the man
Maggie,
I understand what the man do, but if you speak to the man and tell the man, this is what we want to do. I speak to him already, Maggie. Speak to him already and ask him, what is the situation with Bello? Oh, what we can do to make Bello come back, and he tell me what is needed. You know what I'm saying? But I just Maggie.
Awesome.
You check I telling you?
Respect
But I
on
checking
that,
like I
man.
take that's a major thing that was giving farmers the opportunity to bring the thing like that.
Yes.
So I checking like we as a group, a party, we can find one networks, get the funding necessary, make a deal, organize a deal with the man. You know what I'm saying? Give some kind of
Party talking about.
yes.
Are you talking about the United Workers Party to talk to Mr. to do something like that?
That opportunity exists. And
Yeah,
it
that's
exists.
Maggie.
You check it?
Well,
And it's not
if
a
he's willing
matter-
to work with them,
It's not a matter of the money.
all kind of things.
The real wealth
But I don't know if you know.
is in the knowledge and experience, you know,
Which we have,
of
which is there.
Mr. Bellot, you know,
Which is there.
which is there.
All the workers there.
He's alive, he's living.
Yes.
So he should be in the position right now to have people on the apprenticeship, because look at that. It have man like right there in the community. What's his name? The guy doing the pulp. You check me.
Kyle.
Choppy pulp.
Kyle, yeah.
That is good. Circles that can be created. You check me, where ideas to further manufacturing can come. You check me. Look, you have the manufacturing association begging for, you know, our attention, or, you know, for people to take up manufacturing again. So what you say in there is so pertinent, my brother.
Yeah, because
You check me?
I checking like this kind of thing. That's okay. The reason I say that is like me. I take myself for example again. I'm the president of basketball. How did I reach that? You know, my campaign for that is what? The work that I did as Maggie and my little sports club in basketball was able by myself with looking with doing networking.
Yes, I.
Assisted 1, 2, 3 players going on 4 now. Well, after I get into the presidency, then another 2 more go. So I have 5. But before that, I had 3 players. Kishon Shillingford right there. I had Malik Laura from Pitsaban and Jacob Barry from Cochrane. 3. Send them to the US. Get opportunity for them to get to the US. Go to school and play ball and improve. You check it?
Yeah.
By myself. Also assisted enough young, just training them by myself. You know, if you know, doing that, and I'm not in the position yet, so I come and say, look at what I've done by myself with no resources, little to no resources. Put me in the position as president with resources and see how much more I can do.
Yeah.
And that's all.
And
You check it, and I'm living to it, and the vision is there, and I continue. When I come there, 2 more go, 3 more go, and now we have about 7 and 8 players out there, and we're building.
So Maggie, let me interpret what you say in there in contrast to the statement made by the Prime Minister in Venezuela. You asking for that kind of resource and support
and the
to
Prime Minister
develop, not to
stop
make
that.
money for yourself, you know, to develop the human resource. Because each athlete that go over outside there have the potential to make millions
of dollars. Yes.
You understand?
Yes.
So if those same athletes go outside there and make millions and decide to come back
And invest
in their country,
Not this side.
hold
not
on,
this side,
Tola, let me finish. Would they be considered in the same classification as the NGOs? Because that's what they basically say. You know? People like you that maybe would be the kind of people that would get the assistance from NGOs
But
to make the
yes.
inputs. You would be considered an enemy.
Automatically, yes, my boy.
Voila.
So that
If
don't
the
make
man looking to stop
that
this
just
kind of
letting
thing,
you
you
know.
don't even have to think of if you will do that to a person. So of course, they will
Tola,
do it.
you see,
The
all
man
those
would
things
rather
I
you
say-
come to the government and hand the money to the government, and the government gonna execute the plan.
Yes.
And then the government would say, well, you know,
yes.
And that
thanks
fee you
for
buy it,
doing
yeah.
that and whatever. They will recognize you and whatever, but they will want to take all the props from it.
Yes.
So then at that time, what the man looking to do is to put things in place where he cannot come out
But
in
you
power.
see,
You know.
I asking all those
The
questions.
man
there.
figuring out with the NGOs, people going to start getting support and doing things up because he know people need support. You know he's not willing to give the people the support they need.
Yeah.
Now if certain NGOs form, right, and can able to get assistance
Yeah.
and do certain things like what you and Maggie saying there to rebuild better factory and rebuild certain community projects and certain things. He figuring out the people going to start looking out to other people rather than him.
Yeah.
Because that is what he's thinking, that he's going to give you the power
over here.
when people realize you can do for
look at
them.
that in America.
You understand? That is what that happening. But what people need to understand, the government is not even an NGO. An NGO going on its own, finding resources,
finding own resources.
to people or do certain things in the country that go to benefit the country.
Yeah, man.
But the
Outside funds
government
we
is getting
bring in.
paid from we
Yeah.
to go and do that. Nobody in the NGO not getting paid from we the people to go and do those kind of things. These people make their sacrifice to do that thing.
Yes,
Yeah.
man. Yeah.
These people make their sacrifice to do that. Sometimes they have very little side work where they're making their money differently.
Yeah, man.
And they take a little time off where they can write some projects. They have the knowledge as to do these things and form a group
But
and put
Tola,
other things in place.
I want to bring that into a little sharper focus. All what you say in there, you know, and to continue, but to bring it into sharper focus for the people that are watching you live. You check? The people that would be the CBI investors, people that would be interested in the citizenship and those things. These people are sophisticated people. They come, or they have acquired their wealth by whatever means. Some acquire their wealth through ill-gotten means. But what I'm saying is that you refuse to allow us to elevate to the level of the people that you're trying to attract. You understand? So you don't want us to grow to that level of society, where we understand things. And because the people that come in, that he inviting to come to become Dominicans and to take citizenship, these people are intelligent and knowledgeable people. So why you want us to stay ignorant? Why you want us to stay
what the man wants
in that culture of poverty, in that mental poverty?
The first chapter of Genesis.
We know that one time, as you saying that there, brother. Check it. You see, the same thing saying there. Look at how much people, how much passports we sell already. CBI, citizens by investment, my brother. We sell how much you say we sell already?
Who knows?
More than over 20,000?
Who knows?
We probably sell, we don't know, but I feel we sell more than 20,000. Somebody tell me. Now imagine all those passports. Let me finish. Imagine all that passports we sell. CBI, citizens by investment, and I know we know where the investment, my brother. Investment will also be things that employing people.
We're supposed to see investment.
We're supposed to see something.
20 years now.
Yeah, 20 years. So to see some a lot of investment.
That Jolly thing on the map, we're supposed to see shopping center.
Yes, malls.
Mall.
Yes.
We're supposed
Factories.
to see factories.
Yeah, because
International airport long
time, over 20,000 citizenship by investment we sell already.
And
So
the thing is, the information that's supposed to be public information, and you
course.
cannot even find public information. That's how dangerous we live in now.
I want to
17,000.
And as I was
17,000 passports already. That's what the parliament know of. It have those they don't know of.
it
That's what the
interesting.
parliament
Know of. Yeah. So you have more.
It
Because look, the man
interesting.
sign a deal talking about for contract, and at the
Yeah.
end of it, it's now the man talking
Like
about
show.
to go and sell passport.
Yeah.
That way.
Happy sure that
With all the billions the man talking about, now we begging for money, now we borrowing money to build a passport, an international airport. You're supposed to get international airport easy according to the man being. And
Yep.
man, now you see me,
Happy
I
sure
will
that
always say this year is the year to get rid of
Yeah,
Labour
have
Party.
to.
And
Well,
these
it's
guys,
Yeah, man.
you see that government,
Yeah.
they confirm the reason why they should do this year.
Yeah.
You see these two last statements that were going around from this government.
Yeah.
It is too dangerous for we as a people.
Yeah.
You cannot want to eliminate all NGOs.
Yeah.
You
All
cannot
help,
you cannot want
No,
to
it's not- you
block
say all help to
salary
them
increase
people, you see.
for 14 years, my boy.
You don't say all, you
That
say
is
NGOs
just
are
signs.
looking
This is. Let me tell you something.
Yeah. What?
You see the salary increase, the no negotiation for
Yeah,
salary
salary
increase.
increase, yeah.
I can tell you something. I put that in many ways. I put that as in terms of that shows the economy is in a bad state in our country.
Yeah.
That's still showing these guys want to put people in poverty.
Yeah, man. Telling you.
These guys want to put us in
Can't get more than
slavery.
2% for the next 50 years. What about all? Let me get sacrifice for
And
myself.
these guys showing they don't ever want to come out in power.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
So it wouldn't have nothing else but Roosevelt Skerrit
Yeah,
and his
man.
government.
Yeah.
Because that's how we are stuck. It's not even Labour Party government again. It's Roosevelt Skerrit and his government. That is how we are stuck. So you can't tell me to have that kind of wicked plan to put on the people. Now you see all those ministers, in all of them is 18. All 18 I want to jail in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man.
I don't want to excuse not
Yeah.
one.
You never tell me you didn't know, you know. Ignorance of the law.
You see that last statement there?
Yeah.
think
I
it
don't
have-
want none
In that case, it have
to
more than
escape
18.
neither the
Yeah,
enemy
much
left.
more,
You
much
see
more
all
than
those situations that
over
they have,
the
all,
years.
so not just the minister,
Yeah.
all the situations they have too.
Yeah.
All of them.
And those that, you know, those that come and gone to, you know. Those that was in it, that they replaced.
You cannot tell me,
They need
my
to, you know.
boy, you want to pass
Yeah,
a law like that on the people's back, boy. You still want to block new NGOs that want to form. You want to eliminate what that form already. So
How long we send our papers in?
How long are we trying to
Moun
make an
Séwyè.
NGO?
We're not 3 months now, we put our papers in there.
3 months?
More than over 3
That's
months.
how you going, boy. Since
Oh,
last
no.
year, boy.
Yeah.
Since last year, we are not, boy. We can't
We
get
put in
that
our
done.
thing. And up to now, I can't
last year, we
approve.
can't get our
Long like that,
NGO
they can't approve our NGO.
Moun Séwyè is who the man afraid of, you know.
Of course, my brother, that's not for nobody else because wave came and wave.
Moun Séwyè is who the man afraid of.
Wave approved. How much different NGO
People don't know that,
approved?
but I gonna be straight up and honest, my brother. Since last year, we're trying to form an NGO.
Yeah, and they blocking
Alright?
it. They blocking it, and now we come on and say that live
And
now.
it has been blocked.
We have Mr. You know,
Bring back all,
organizer
come back to
first.
ourselves to do the information. We do the whole
We do
information.
that, yeah.
We do the information probably 3 times
Times,
already
yeah,
and
man.
send pictures and all kind of things. And it's like,
Took back, I do all the thing, Lord, take off everything for us.
what again?
And our thing cannot be approved up to this day.
Nothing.
Oh,
The man don't want our NGO.
man, checking, we have to go under some kind of a fake, some kind of
The
name
man
that,
said, you know, the man said those NGOs that they already
yeah.
getting money from certain American friends to overthrow the government.
Yeah.
So you figure out if that NGO form, that is the NGO that might get the biggest money to overthrow it, because you probably figure out them fellas have too much fire. But we don't looking for money from nobody. Not
Yeah, man, the people, all we need is the people.
Our
Yeah, man.
NGO, if
Yeah,
we can forming, is
Yeah,
to do
man.
exactly
That movement.
what Maggie said.
Yeah, man.
To try and do things, put things in place, create marketing.
Yeah,
for the
man.
people. Because if you don't have that,
You, man.
it is difficult to do certain
Yes, I-
things we want to do for it. We saying that we would like to do, we can't do it at all.
Yeah, man.
To be able to get a certain large amount of funds, to be able to restore the factory, as Maggie said, on the NGO like Moun Séwyè, that cannot work now because
Yeah.
we don't have it. First thing,
Yeah.
if we have a money, they're not doing something and save money, then no rain.
Yeah.
That is problem.
I can tell you something,
You check?
It making Dominica making me see how within a let's say 1 or 2 generations, how it's easy to slip back into the dark ages. You check I saying? Because you have people that they will not inform themselves, they will not pick up a book and read, you know. They consumed by living and consuming day to day, not just in food and thing, you know, but I talking about gossip, I talking about social media, I talking about the food, the fashion, the, you know, consuming all sorts of ideas. And what that really matters is drowning in a sea of irrelevant things. You check me? We investing in a, listen, we investing in $100,000 vehicles that can only depreciate over time and will only cause liability for you. Right? It will keep you from sometimes having it. Alright, man. It's alright. It will keep you sometimes from acquiring other more valuable things because you have a mentality that is your image, and that is like like you, that represents you. But there's no real place for that, you know, especially in our country where we are not no metropolitan, you know. So we should be more in the mindset of acquiring land ownership, because that is the thing that we were forbidden from having in the past, in the all these people that talking about reparations,
Yeah.
they fail to highlight that is the fundamental thing that we were denied.
Yeah, man.
Ownership of land.
So on the plantation, brother.
You would be there planting on the plantation,
Yeah.
and you wouldn't be you would own the land.
Yeah, man.
You would have to be paying massa with your produce.
Now they do the carry,
You understand?
Now they call it harvest when they call it out.
So that is why
Massa put in a shop there.
Yeah.
that is why
So when you finish work, you have to come and buy there.
yeah.
Yeah.
That is why all of our villages
Coming out there.
are not on the nice flat open areas, and they in the quick where the where the queen, where the crown didn't want. That is where we go and set up our little villages.
Correct.
And that's why we have villages in some kind of crazy spot.
Yeah. On the coastline.
You know?
Yeah.
So now that we have ownership of the land,
Yeah.
where is our planning? Where is our forward thinking? You know?
Yeah.
Where are the people, the reparationist
Man
people?
giving away the land, man
You
selling
know,
the land, my brother.
we
To
want to
foreigners, my brother.
give away our greatest asset
Which is
to the
land.
same colonial powers
Yes.
that we're talking about, reparations.
Selling your land out to to same oppressors, my brother.
Yeah, man.
That's what I tell you. And some they say something.
You have to come back and fight them. Same people.
Yeah,
that take the
man.
land.
Yeah.
You see, yeah, we send us and fight again. So fight, we do it
Fight now,
already. We fight already, making us putting us back in the position to go have to go and fight
Fight
again.
again.
Oh, yeah. How much time
But
we
if
fight
I
for the same
say
thing, for the
stop
same thing,
it.
we our own thing, we fighting for our own thing, and we fighting the same fight for what? And as Robinson to talk about, like what we were saying about them and blocking, they'll block this and they block that, block, we try and make a factory block it, and that is it. Thinking how to come up. Anytime you try and block thing and you're talking about who that against progress and who that not for progress, and you try and block, we the people want to do something that will help us the people, and you like what the man do go up Lindo Park, my brother. Those people that is softy thing, boy. You can get money 80,000 from Australia, and no government person come and tell you cannot develop your community. Boy, the people in the community also stand up.
Community people say it's not problem, not them.
Of course, my boy. I Newton I live with, and I was ready to walk up to Goodwill when I hear that on the radio. To say Goodwill, how we doing now?
And tell me, if an NGO decided to come and give us assistance to put the lights on the Savannah there, the government will come and say no.
But you man, let me tell you that.
The government not going to come and say no. For progress.
Boy, you crazy, and I'm telling you. So we have to understand the power that we possess as a people. That no government come and tell us, no, you're not doing that there. Tell me, why we not doing that there? Why we not doing that there? Because what? It don't making sense to us. If what you're telling us, if it's not a danger, a detrimental to something, my brother, if you're talking culturally for us, planning, the permission and things, so my brother, we tell nobody, something like culture, you can parler là pour nous ça.
The government not coming and do it and the design, no, find me.
Yeah.
But you see, Maggie, the reason the battle is so hard now is that we stop fighting. The struggle has never stopped, my brother. You know? Listen, when you are a tree that have good fruit, stone can't stop sending me and my brother. You check me?
Yeah.
So it's like that.
Yeah,
so
man.
you always have to be on guard. Our people, we have to recognize our value, our resources, and protect each other and protect our resources.
Wasting our resources, my brother. Wasting our resources have been wasted, and we're not getting nothing from it. Mango trees bearing millions of mangoes, and we just eating what we can and throwing the rest, and just, boy, there is money we throwing there, my brother. They will have 5 mango was 340 when I go there. When they throwing no mango and they're speaking what I can do, eat and things, so nothing with the production, my brother. But wasting our pineapple, that's bowling industry, $2 for $5, big pineapple, because why?
I feel like to sell by pound.
You check again, you.
Another thing I do think we as a people should accept. We should not accept a government telling us that like it's CBI or nothing. You should I telling you, my brother.
I want you like Dominica.
Mad thing that, my bro.
Crazy is that.
Boy, yeah, my brother.
And when you people listen and take platform.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
you
big
know,
man getting
listening
away.
to that
Or they want to stop the program.
over
and say
and
what
over. But they say that is a technique in psychology, you know, that you say it enough that it imprints
Yeah, man.
and it, you know, the people basically like. But we have to renounce that. We have to renounce that thing there because we have the potential in our human resource
What you mean, boy?
to they say a penny saved is a penny earned, you know. So if you are a good manager, the first task you should do is not show me how you can spend money, you know.
What you mean?
You have to show me how you can save money. You have to show me where in my business I hemorrhaging money and what investments I can make that will pay for themselves over time.
What you
check?
mean? Plant or something, my
You want
brother.
to go and you want to
Like
you
what?
want it's like that, like putting them people in them apartments and the people who have no way of maintaining the apartments. It's not just having something, you know. With having the thing, having the responsibility of having it. That means you have to provide the necessities to deal with the upkeep of that thing. You understand?
Boy, I want to put it like that. We're supposed to plant things, seeds that once it grow,
Yeah.
that it's just gonna be just making.
Yeah, man, brother.
Just making them. I mean, just sit back and try and check the contribution on something because that just like a mango tree. I tell you, fortunately, when you plant mango trees and then you grow and start to bear, you have enough to do again now. When season comes, it's brrr. And the season all the way take away next to the brrr. Fruits, coconut just brrr. All them things just boy you man. What we can lose now? Those things when you plant those things, my brother, acres and acres of that.
Yeah.
And that just making the pineapple just brrr. Whatever the mango tree, the coconut tree, the pine, the guava tree, all these things just making it.
They say what you do appreciate, you
man.
use. What you do appreciate.
That is no brainer. That is no brainer, eh?
Carol, I know you probably had a rough time the other on Friday.
Yeah, man, Carol.
With Hurricane Elsa in Barbados.
Yeah, man. Just give your thanks.
Send all blessings over there.
Yeah, man, respect. Yeah, I know, we just, in closing out. Yeah, I just want to tell the people and them, I want to leave people and them this today. People, it's crunch time. Right now it's crunch time. And right now it's time that we believe. We know what it is. We know the scene. We know the people and them that supporting the party in power. They themselves know. And they saying it under their breath or saying it loud too. In corners that like garbage them man doing. Shit them man doing. Like, but they just checking like, some of them have got the quarry, some of them free, some of them this and that, whatever. We have other people that not supporting, but still, like man saying, in the background, you there. No, right now, not time for background again.
Yeah.
I want to talk to those out there, the professionals, those that study for how long, and have the experience, all the vibes on in their head.
Those that want to come
back
home.
Come home to contribute.
Yeah,
I'm
man.
calling on the man and them, all my boys and them I go to school with.
Yes.
Our generation, it's our time right now.
Yes, boss.
I call him man like Mackenzie Reed, you check it?
Yeah,
up
man.
in Atlanta.
All
Yeah,
the outside there.
yeah, man, I calling them out in
Come and start to
after.
build them data entry centers,
Yeah, man.
you check me.
Yeah,
so we
man.
can start to get rid of them paper thing and start doing digital thing.
Let's upgrade the country, let's come and reconstruct
man.
the country, brothers, all of all your
No
dear
more
sisters.
No more paper losing and victimization, say no paper lose and have you filling out forms 3 and 4 times. We're doing digital forms once you see it enter it there it in the system.
Yeah, man, I see
Yeah,
there was
man.
this woman in New York, I believe, wherever, in the high ranking in the police force, like
Yes.
head of
Yes.
that self. We need that because
come and
those-
help with it. Yeah, man.
those-
Come and help with the police.
Yeah, man.
Us, brother.
them because
And the forensic people too.
Yeah, man.
Forensic accountants. You check me.
yeah, man, it's time for us to
Follow them paper trails. Yeah.
yeah, man, all that we need. That causing us to spend plenty of money every time we don't fly out people to go our health care. Fly, not people to go. We have, what is the surgeon? Why is from Lapointe there, the doctor? The surgeon? Surge Reds, that will be his name on thing there. That man there, check it. Huh? No. What is his name? Matt good partner, man. Yeah. Dale Dangleben, yeah, Dale Dangleben. You know what I mean? There are a lot of people out there who know yourselves, you know what I mean? All you can make contribution, all you have vibes. You know what I mean? They have what's the name there? Skinny is a cousin, she's just there. beautiful lady.
Yeah.
What's her name again?
Marceline Edwards.
Yeah, man. All those people, you know, them people out there, good resource people we have out there, you know, and also on the island.
Yeah.
Let us come together, my brother, and let us organize and make a better Dominica for our youths and them. Calling on all you, calling on all you, more too, yeah. Yeah, we talking and we're gonna keep talking and calling. Let's go. Let's go, it's crunch time. 2020-21. Time up.
We telling them
Time.
about the little
Yeah, man.
the little together thing now.
Yeah,
We have
man.
to bring everybody together to see our head come to see, you know, to see our numbers. You check?
Yeah, man.
We do. It's not no protest, nothing. It's just a unity thing.
Yes,
to
for
see
sure.
Solidarity. You check?
Yeah, man, because people have to come
Soon
out and
we
stop
can-
behind the
yeah,
scenes
man.
rights.
Soon we go and try and do a little thing to
We're trying, you know, we're gonna do
Gonna
it.
do it, yeah. a little thing to rally the people together. It's
Yeah,
not no
man.
protest, nothing. It's just to
Together, show the strength. Show the
You know,
real strength.
We already have a Moun Séwyè in Fonkole,
Yes,
that's a
sir.
new group that just formed.
Yeah, man.
So the other communities need to follow
Step
suit.
forward.
Form your own organization. So
The
when you
like
see,
we coming through.
yeah, man.
Yeah, man, sure. They like
So
we
when
step
we
and
decide
go
we're
through.
going to have our little activity together, we can bring all the musicians from the different
Yeah, man, yeah,
cultural
man, yeah, man.
groups. We can bring the belly dancers from the different communities. We want
Yeah,
everybody.
man. Emancipation, it's emancipation time.
We need the lapus, we need the drums to
Start to beat the drums, start to blow the conch shell.
Start to blow the conch shell, you check?
Yeah, man, let's do
Yeah,
it.
man, we
Let's
need to
bring
wake
back
up,
the
wake up
vibes.
the ancestors, bring them into our presence.
Yes, right. Yeah,
Yeah.
man. And let them understand, you see, it's not just about CO. August Monday, which I spoke to, you know, this lady, and she's talking about August Monday is Emancipation Day, when you emancipate from slavery. And if you don't, like, you ask nobody, you know, you know, man, and even myself, you know, it may be a shame, but myself, I didn't really check that. I checked August Monday, it's beach day,
free up.
it's CO, it's free
Yeah.
up. What it really is, it's
Yeah.
emancipation, you check it.
We need to bring
And we have
value
to,
back to
yeah,
those
man, so we
things.
have to do something that depicting that, and we want to do that
Yeah, man.
on an annual basis. That the 1st of August, we want to have that celebration, you know, where all our
Emancipation,
cultural
yeah, man.
vibes, you know, the Moko Jombi,
Yeah, man.
the sensei, all them things there, all the local things, we have all our great products, our
Yeah,
produce,
man.
our artists, our this and our that. Or like, you know what I'm saying? Look out for all them things there. We have to. This is the things we have to concentrate and put focus on. You know what I mean? So people, yeah, man, step forward, step up. To all I have to say, talk to the people before we go.
What I have to say to the people, good night to all the people here and abroad. And this is the year we need to get rid of Labour Party.
Yeah, man.
Cannot be no longer.
Time
What
up.
I have to say, time out.
Yeah, man. How is your boat?
Well, yes. If I go I'd like to tell the people tonight is unity. You have to reset and rebuild.
Yeah, man.
You have to organize to rebuild.
Yeah.
We just have to come together to bring prosperity, bring what we want as a people. And nobody not going to do it for us.
No.
We have to do it for ourselves.
Yes, sir.
So while the politicians and the union boss and the this one and the pastor and all of them trying and save face and trying and build reputations of all sorts of for their personal gains, we about unity of the people, for the prosperity of the people, and nobody else. It's people's strategy for the people, not for UWP, not for Labour, not for APP, but we strategizing for us, for our nation of Dominica. Let's come together, my people.
Yeah,
Put down
man.
our petty differences,
brother.
our petty problems, and solve the greater problem that we have, which is change our mindset,
Most platform.
Keep the fire burning.
keep the fire burning, man. People, good night. Spread the word
Yes.
and more strength, man. This year we have to do it.
Yeah.
We have to do it this year, man.
Yeah, man. One love, people. One love. Keep it coming.